Yo, welcome to the podcast. It's been a hot ass minute. If you're first time listening, we did Degenerate Knowledge. I'm one of your hosts, Vic. You have Maya, so what's up?
What's going on, yo?
And you have the white Cuban, so what's up?
What's up, motherfuckers?
Dude, it's been a hot minute. And then we've been like, yeah, let's plan
We
this.
gotta
And then
meet up. We gotta do another night. We gotta do another night.
yeah, dude, at night. It's just been crazy,
We had
slammed.
we had the end of the month last week, so nobody was meeting up. It was
Yeah,
just
I
a
know.
hectic
It's
fucking
dragging
month.
ass, bro. The end of the month, it was like scraping by. It's like a crackhead trying to find quarters to get his next hit.
We
It was insane.
fucking we hit goal the very last day of the month. We
Yeah.
made it to fucking to 24 million the
Uh,
last day of the month, the very last day,
that's
which
good
means
for you.
that motherfuckers were waving all kinds of shit
Oh yeah. They have to.
to get those deals done.
They have to. I mean, look,
Gotta do some dirty work, that's all.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I have been cautious what's going on. So I'm like, all right, I'm treading the waters and going after the deals that I want.
Yeah,
Uh,
we've been selective. So
but the thing is, there was a deal I funded last week. The guy was back and forth. I'm not sure, whatever it is. And then we talked to him, like, okay, whatever. And he sent us the money back. I'm like, oh, thank you.
yeah,
Oh, damn.
see, that's
So,
I'm noticing that too right now that people are being really like it's not.
They're
I
being
mean, it's a
cautious.
good thing that they're doing it. I mean, I've never seen it so diligent, but people are being really smart with their debt and
yeah,
how they leverage their how much debt they leverage against their business right now.
yeah. I mean,
Um, I
and
can't
it's
blame
it's
them.
good. It's
Yeah,
good. But what's obviously you and I are not competitors because
yeah,
you're a different type of market than I am. But we do come across same merchants that we both
yeah.
fund, right? But the thing is, I'm competing with people who are have money and they're getting huge expense of this money and then just putting out crazy ass numbers to fund
Mhm.
them, make sure, hey, it might stick on the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm losing to those piece of shits.
Mhm.
And rightly so. I'm a boutique funding firm. I don't claim to be a big guy, a big shot, whatever it is.
That's
But
me.
the thing is, people
Yeah, the
are
big wig.
yeah, people are happy with our portfolio, so forth and so on. Like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm not closing enough to make me happy
Hmm.
because, I'm taking a large expense. This year we doubled down on technology and speed and AI and staff and like I'm like, holy shit, how more of a hit I'm gonna take? How more of a hit I'm gonna take? And it's going crazy. And then, then you have the fucking house falling apart that I gotta fix up.
I heard all about it on what, Friday, Saturday night?
So, the amount of money I spent in a damn fucking bathroom, right? All right, so I did my bathroom. People,
Two bathrooms, I think.
no, no,
The
no, no.
one in the kitchen too?
On that one, I left alone. That's fine.
Oh, okay. The illegal
Uh,
one.
yes, the one upstairs in my bedroom. I have three bathrooms. I have the half bath, the top floor, and the one in the basement. Um, so I redid the bathroom upstairs. Wagner saw, the remake of the first version, and I redid the whole bathroom because the shower bed was cracked. We was getting a leak from in the kitchen, drip, 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 drip. I'm like, okay, I'm going insane. This is insane. Guy comes in, rips the hole out. He says, well, it's not coming from the bathroom, not this one. It's coming from the roof. He goes to the roof. It's like, yep, here it goes, going down. Right. I had to fix, repair a quarter of my roof, a whole new freaking wood
Put a
thing, a
patch in.
whole new
Yeah.
everything. No, not patch job. It's the whole replace in
This is
that one
above the
section.
bathroom.
It's above the bathroom. It's going down. Close up the kitchen ceiling. Another leak appears.
Oh,
Where I ripped the damn thing again. It is a damn radiator pipe that it was old and it was in the wrong position. All right, let's fix that. Oh, by the way, because the person that flipped the house that I bought it from did the illegal bathroom, did the new piping, cracked the damn support beam, but did not put a support underneath it. So my shit was going down. So I
oh.
gotta get that fixed. Then daughter's taking a shower, whatever it is, wife taking a shower, what it is. It's hair day, so they take a long time in the shower. Leak again. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What this coming is coming from. So Call the guy. He says that's coming from the shower. That one's coming from the shower. So I'm assuming when he put the support beam up, correct the support beam, it shifted.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, thinking it's the drain. Hopefully that was easy because you go from underneath, get that repaired, whatever. I called the contractor that did my shower. Oh no, it's the drain. I'm like, I spent money on this. Let's figure this out. Guy said, oh, I put some corking. I'm like, corking is not gonna work. Silicone is not gonna work because if it's leaking from the corner, because we tested, my daughter and I tested, and whatever it is, it's coming from the corner. I was like, regardless, if there's no cork there,
Yeah.
the sealant, the covering, the bed should never leak. It will go straight down to the drain. That's how it's supposed to be built. It will bounce back up. Guy comes back again, the second time, did a water test. It's like, yeah, maybe it's a drain, whatever it is. Third guy come again, test it out. He looked up. The plumber came in. That did the plumbing.
This was over the weekend, like after
this is like
within.
This is about a month back and forth.
Oh, okay.
So I've been using the shower downstairs. Thank God I have a second bathroom, a full bathroom downstairs. And then they come in. This guy said, I wish it was the drain, and it's not. And he was getting nervous. And my wife was there. I wasn't there. And he says, the boss says, just put silicone. I'm like, I emailed him like, silicone ain't gonna fucking work. Somebody. So the owner showed up. He's like, yeah, it's a shower bed. So I have to rip the fucking bathroom again, but the bottom part. Oh, but okay, fine. I'm like, I got supplies last time, so you know what? I'll be fair. I buy some. I had supplies already left, like towels and whatever left. So we did the measurements. I need to get one more box for the floor. Like, okay, not a problem. He said he needs 4 singles, but I bought a box of 10. Fine, today. And then for the wall, he says, oh, maybe 1.5 feet, whatever it is. How many boxes do you have? I have like 3, and then it's like 2 left over, like 34 long ass towels. So you know what? For the be safe side, let me go buy another box.
Yeah.
So I go to floor and decor, and the slab. I bought the new slab just in case they need it. They break it off. If not, I can return it back. That wasn't much, like $70, whatever. I go there. I got the floor towels. Got that. My wall towels, fucking discontinued. I'm like,
damn.
I believe it.
I'm like, this
tile,
is
like, I don't know why tile is like that.
They
tile
do it all
is
the time.
so I know, and it's always with fucking tile. Like you have, however much, and you're gonna need it, but I don't get it.
But the thing is, there's a company that buys it, whatever it is. Now he said there's a store in DC that has like quite a few pieces. It's like, all right, I want to buy a box. He's like, well, yeah, buy it singly. So I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna get maybe like 20 of those damn shits just in case.
So you have to buy from a third party.
No, from them. I could probably find it for a third party.
Gotcha.
But it's gonna be.
It's gonna cost more, yeah.
It might cost more, but the thing is trying to find that same exact color. That's the issue. Now, I'm not sure. My thing is, the demo guy is coming on Thursday. He better do it shit right. He better remove the damn shower windows. Doors, because I have my doors attached. It's not like rolling doors or anything like that. It's like on the wall. Particular measurement for me. It took me a month to get my fucking measurements for my damn window. For my glass, the doors, right? The covering the door, whatever it is. I want to make sure that they just demoed just a foot on top, like the guy said. That's enough towels that I have.
I hear glass breaking.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Shower door breaking.
You were going nuts.
And I have a feeling they're going to go there and demo the bathroom, and I walk in there, and the whole bathroom's gone. I'm going to have a fucking heart attack. Someone's going to fucking pay for this one. Because I'm not going to, I'm not paying for the work. They are, because it's based on the warranty, so they have to cover it.
So are you going to work from home that day just to make sure? Oh, so you're going to walk in surprised or?
Yeah, no.
You got to film that, though.
Because
Please film
Thursdays,
that for the podcast.
yeah, Thursday and Friday, Diana works from home, so it's impossible
Okay,
for me.
so she'll be home.
Yeah, she'll be
Gotcha.
home, whatever it is. So that's one project.
You might get a call that day and be like,
I'm never getting a
Victor,
call
you might
that
have to
day.
come home for lunch.
Yeah.
He's doing something wrong.
100%. That's one project, right? I'm getting a whole new siding, a whole new windows, and I'm getting the porch in the front and the back patio done. So that's 2 other contractors. But the windows, that's where they fucking get you. That's the money.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I told the
Windows,
guys,
garage door, those are big numbers.
I have the cash, from the business, whatever it is. It's like, all right, I gotta pay this out because this is how I buy my stuff. So, and I try with the loans, whatever it is. And mind you, I haven't been late, never. Whatever. I followed within the DTI, straight out, everything, spectacular, right? Oh, I'm like, you know what? Y'all fucking people, bro. Because it was my fucking different last name. This one fucking happened. And then the lady had no. It's like, okay, what's this? I'm like, but my DTI, you said below 45, right? With this payment, my DTI is 17%. So you telling me I have the credit, I have the income, and you're not gonna fucking improve me?
You're still not gonna give it to you.
So now I have to fucking take cash and fucking do it. So I told the guy, I said, hey, you know what? I need to get it done because I'm getting it's old, it's moldy, it's drafting the house. They did a shitty fucking job. Whoever I bought the house from.
Yeah, the previous owner did not take care of this house.
No, he took a fucking. It's a fucking shit show. I knew when I bought this house, I'm gonna put a lot of money into it. It's not like, ooh, surprise. Well, I mean, what's surprising was the damn electrical work.
Bro, how did this house pass an inspection before closing?
Money. This previous owner paid someone off.
That's I mean, the house has had a lot of issues for like you usually go through a significant inspection before you close, before a house is sold. How did that pass inspection?
The house is not rebuilt. That's different. It was like a built house, then a lot of inspections. Obviously, if you do any changes, the guy with the bathroom did not change the C of O. So my C of O only shows 2 bathrooms.
2 bathrooms. Which is going to be hard for you to sell the house afterwards, no?
No, it's fine because if I get in trouble, like, nope, this is my appraisal. It was done before I bought this house.
Yeah, it's already done before.
It's already done. So this is not my issue.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the windows is much more money. Guys like, oh yeah, this type of window. It's like $1,500 I'm like, no.
You want windows? You want them to open?
Dude, I have 22 fucking windows, bro. So
that's a lot.
That's a lot of windows.
Fuck.
So I told the guy, I said, you know what's gonna happen? I said, look, I appreciate you. I appreciate. Oh, it's like, look, you are competing with somebody else. Give him the right of way to give me a quote. The guy took a week to give me a quote. The other guy's like, you know what? You lost. It is what it is. I text you, say, hey, do me a favor, send me the quote. I'm not going to fucking wait for you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be responsible, whatever it is. The guy's responsible. The guy came in, the guy's computer, did it, the whole 9 yards. It is what it is, right? So I said, look, I told the guys, look, we know what's going to happen. You're going to step out. I'm going to talk behind your back. I'm going to beat you in price. That's how it's going to happen. So what you going to do? You got to drop that down furthermore. He said, all right, close manager, blah, 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 do some bullshit. I know this is going to be that. So look.
Let me talk to my manager.
Yeah, like a car dealership.
I told the guy, I said, look, I'm not going to beat you. I know you have to make commission. You the sales guy. I get it. People didn't make money. I'm not going to rob you. I want you to make what's
just
fair.
Beat you up real good.
Right? He says, all right, I could do it for $1,200 a window. I'm like, I did the math. I'm like, the siding,
the walked out of Victor's house sore.
Yeah, the window siding. I'm like, all right, cool. So, and then we tried this whole thing. I told the guys, you know what's going to happen? I call the guy up. I say, I've tried this whole freaking thing. And then I heard a lot of contractors complaining about the finance company they use that they're not proving Latinos. It's just straight facts. And it's not just me multiple contractors saying they having issues getting approval from their clients. I'm like, okay, I get it. The market is shaky and shit. Okay, fine. So I call the guy up. I say, look, if I
What's this
walk,
about you guys not funding beaners?
it's not him. I say, look, if I walk in with a fat envelope, how deep can you go?
Mhm.
He said, so what you want? I said, I want $1,000 a window, but I also want deeper. So it went from like 55 down to 43.
Mhm. Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it done. I mean, I had to get it
Yeah.
done. Like the front porch area with the pillars, the bottom is rotten out.
Mm.
The siding is crap. There is no like pure installation. I'm losing money because
Because you
all the
gotta have the house
draft,
heated and air conditioned.
the
Yeah.
windows that I replaced in the front the first time I moved in were shitty windows. It was $250, whatever it is, because the windows there before was shitty.
Damn.
The
Yeah.
windows
250
now
for Windows.
per window. So it was in the front. When I closed it, the damn thing broke off. I'm trying to get the warranty, and they're not fucking helping me. You know what? Might as well get better windows, no draft, whatever it is. The guy checked, like, hey, yeah, you don't have all this like sealed up correctly. So I'm getting all new covering, all new, all that stuff. And I know, look, I knew for a fact it needs to be replaced. You look at it, like
Yeah,
you see
yeah.
the mold coming. It's an old thing, and like I'm not sure how many. It has been like over 30 years they put the siding in
Hmm.
that fucking house. And then when
Jeez.
they build Samantha's section, the back of the house, like within 30 years, there was no proper installation. So, I need to get it done. I need to get it done. I mean, I
And
already did the freaking fence. I already did the roof. I already did a whole lot of stuff at the
the
house.
And you're
trees.
also gonna concrete your porch area in the backyard too,
Yeah. So the front,
or new concrete
yes,
and all that.
yeah. So the back patio area is going to be demoed out completely and redone.
All
Steps and
this
everything.
summer too.
In the
Well,
next few weeks,
yeah.
he's starting Monday.
Oh,
Good.
And then the porch area is going to be just evened out, nice little like good like they said, like limestones or whatever,
Hmm.
slabs, whatever, even it out perfectly. So I want to get that done first before they do the siding. Because remember you walked in front of my house, you have all like the brick area, the
yeah.
Yes.
stones. That's gonna be covered over.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's not gonna be replaced, breaking down because
Hmm.
it'll be easier just doing what you need to do,
Just cover it. Yeah.
cover it, and then do the whole thing. Yeah, and then after that, then I'll do like the asphalt, and then
Oh, like the sidewalk that goes right to your front door.
yeah, that's next year. That's next year. It'll be too much money to do now.
Damn.
Have a drink, motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
What are
yeah.
we drinking tonight?
He's drinking water.
Yeah, I'm still no alcohol. It's
You're still no
been a month.
I fucked up on Lent.
I still have the Guinness though. I have one of these bad boys left.
I'm
Well,
drinking with the monkey.
The monkey gin.
I
The
got the
monkey
other gin
gin.
here. This gin,
What is that? Where is that
eh,
from too?
this is Barcelona in Spain.
It's a Spaniard gin.
So this one, hold on to make. This one is distilled, custom designed, blend with indifferent distillery, blah blah blah. Blah. It's olives, thyme, rosemary, basil, cardamom,
Doesn't have parsley in
coriander.
it.
No, Jupiter beans, um, and some other fruits, citrus fruits. It's very, very smooth. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I'll join you, Vic, because fuck, man, that shit too.
Yeah, so that's been like my month.
I got my
Just the
next
house.
project. My next project right now is the outdoor kitchen.
Yep. But
That's what I want to get done next.
but I mean, you have the space that you could buy. Like I saw at Lowe's, you could buy the extension and do it straight out. You don't need to like break
No, I don't
ground
want
and
to
do it.
prefab.
You don't want prefab? You
No, I
want to
don't
do it
want to
yourself?
prefab. I want to have somebody come in and do a custom work, like laid out, give me some options. Nice hood, get the hood, the grill,
Yeah,
maybe get
so
a
Wags, are you gonna get a new grill or smoker soon for this
no,
season?
so if we do the kitchen, which is probably going to take a little longer than expected because right now I'm still with much like customers, I'm trying to be careful with taking out debt as well. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
um, it's a big job. It's a big purchase. It's probably it could run me anywhere from 8 grand to 15 grand. Depending on what options I want, what I want to do, how I want it laid out, if I want granite and all this other shit. But so right now, the wall where I want to put the grill is already plumbed for water, so I can have a small sink there.
Yeah.
Right next to it, I have, obviously it'll be all granite space, but there'll be a gas grill built in, and then I'll have a hood, an extractor hood right above the grill. Um, and then I want to run that granite as a counter kind of across the whole lanai almost. So there's like a counter space where you could either put food down, almost like a not so much like a bar stool height or anything like that, but have counter space. And then there's the flat wall right when you come outside where I have wiring for a TV. So I want to put a big screen out there, and then obviously if I'm going to put the TV out there, I want to have that wall kind of like tiled a certain way and stuff like that that'll match the tile in the grill area.
Yeah, I mean, with the grill ever, you could set it up and get the grills that's already prefab moved
Well,
in
the
there.
grills are already, the counter gets your space gets built out based off of your space, right?
Yeah.
Your dimensions. And then you pick out, all right, which kind of grill do you want? It's like it's a coyote grill or it's a whatever, and then you just pick out how big you want your grill to be. If you want your grill to be, your 6 burners or whatever. If you want a 4 burner grill, then they have them, and then they build that into the space that the dimensions of what you're working with.
Are you gonna
So like,
attach it to your gas line, or you have like a separate propane line for it?
no, it's gonna be propane. In
That's
Florida,
good.
nobody has natural gas. I would love natural gas.
You don't have natural gas in your house?
No.
Oh, you a
Right.
propane
Well,
tank.
Florida doesn't, the majority of Florida doesn't do natural gas.
So where's your
If you
tank
want,
at in your house?
what tank?
You gotta have gas coming into your house and burn your fucking oven.
No,
No.
it's an electric stove, bro.
You
Yeah,
have an
he's got
electric
yeah,
stove,
Yeah, man.
electric.
An electric double oven. I have the electric stove top,
and you heat your steam, or you have what kind of
central air.
That's
I
right,
have I have a central air boiler.
boiler.
Do
Yeah,
you find the electric stove different than a gas?
it's
Like
kind of hard to
cooking wise?
gauge.
Yeah, I find it not difficult, but it did take me a lot of time to get used to because in
Right.
New York we had when we lived in Mineola, it was a gas
Right.
grill. When I lived at my mother's house, it was a gas grill. When we moved to Florida, nobody has gas grill. If you want a gas burning stove, you have to have a huge propane tank
Yeah.
that gets buried into the ground, and then you got to have service come in and top it off every like 2 3 weeks or whatever, which is an extra fucking bill.
No, dude,
Yeah.
that tank
So
is lasts like months. It's not
yeah,
two, three
but
weeks.
no, but they fill it once, and then every like 2 3 weeks they come in and they just top it off. Is what
Oh,
they
Oh,
do.
the
that's
top off.
expensive.
Yeah, it's like
That'll add up.
$300. It's like, all right, every couple, let's call it once a month. It's $300 they bang you out for. So it adds up. So in Florida, that's the only way that you can have a gas grill, a gas stove, or anything like that. But nobody has gas inside the home itself. So if you want a gas burning stove, you got to have it's going to be your outdoor kitchen, and that
Mm.
tank gets buried in like your backyard. So if I want to do that, then they got to rip up my fucking lawn
Yeah, you don't
to
want to do
bury
that.
this giant fucking. I don't
Yeah,
know.
And then
that's
you
a
need a
big project.
permit, and
You
then
got
whatever it
permits
is.
and all that
Yeah.
shit, and it's an extra liability to have gas if the shit explodes and all this other bullshit. So I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, I mean, because
So
I've been in places I know people that have like the tanks like far out.
What
yeah,
does Larry have? Does he have electric too, or he has
He's
gas?
electric. He's
Oh,
electric.
okay.
mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my stove. I mean, my all my appliances are modern. I mean, they all came with the house because
I
it's a
Yeah.
just have
brand new house.
difficulty cooking on electric with gas because it's a different heat contact,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
it
it's
is.
and you have to learn how to cook it well with
Yep.
electric stove versus a
Yeah.
gas. Because
So that was
for me, it'll throw me off.
it
Oh, it
threw me
threw me
off.
off too.
It took me a while to kind of get used to it because I'm from New York where everything was gas, and in Florida everything is electric. So when we moved to the place that we were renting in before we moved into the new house, I was like, fuck is this shit? It's an electric stove. But I was a little bit used to it because Christina's house in Long Island had an electric stove also. So I had cooked on her mom's stove before. I hated it, and then had to fucking come and cook on an electric stove top here too. So to get used to it was like, ugh. And I would do that. I can't tell you how much food I fucked up.
Oh, I bet.
So much food I
That's
fucked
tough.
up. Just
Yeah, I
trying to like
bet.
just because it's a little it's I don't want to say it's temperamental, but you got to learn your hot zones and
No,
like
it's totally
how
different
it
too.
operates
No,
and how the
not
burner comes on
not
and
not only
off.
that,
It's the heat content too.
not
Yeah.
only that, not all pots, because I use stainless steel pots.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They don't work
No,
well with
they don't.
electric. It
Yeah.
it doesn't, because it doesn't heat the
Hmm.
right way.
It
Because
takes longer.
yeah, because for stainless steel, you got to heat it up to a certain
Hmm.
temperature for you to cook.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll get sticky.
Yeah.
That would just throw me off.
Yeah, so like, we're doing that. So I mean, so far I have an idea as to like what appliances I want, and I can't put a charcoal grill I could put a big green egg in there, but I can't put like a charcoal grill inside it because it's going to be within the lanai space. So it'll just smoke out the
No,
lanai
we do is
completely.
you have your burners on one side, and then you have the grill top, and then the ash thing. We do is you have a
Yeah, but
cover.
then
Is
I gotta
your
put I gotta put a fucking cut a hole into one of the walls for the flue so that the plume comes out. Otherwise, it's gonna be within the lanai space, which is the entertainment area.
Just smoke it.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I haven't been in your backyard. I wish I was there. I could look at it. But there's a technique. What they do is they like an inch and a half that the smoke, it doesn't get too smoky. And then what you
Yeah.
do is you have like a loo in the bottom. You just shift that
Yeah,
out. You
there's a
pull all
tray
the
where it
ash
pulls
and
all the ash. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, straight down into the
I know
bucket, and
what
you
that
just
is, but the thing is smoking out the lanai, you know? So you'd have to you're doing
is
charcoal
your
anyway.
backyard the section that you want is enclosed?
Yeah,
Oh, that okay.
yeah.
That's why. But yeah, I
So
mean,
so
it'll
with
be the
that
exhaust area.
once we do that, then I also want to screen it all in. So it's basically an entertain like a separate, it's like a room.
Because you're gonna have
That's
the
it.
TV and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
it'll
makes
Oh,
be
you
sense.
like
have
an extra
like
room.
the screen-in closed up completely, or you have the ability to open and close
Oh,
the
there'll be
roof
a
up?
door.
No,
There'll
no,
be a
I'm
door in
saying
there.
like the roof. Like you could open
Oh
it up
no.
and closing it up. No,
No,
okay,
no, no. No. So
all
that's
right.
the plan. But I mean, I want
I
to
have a better vision what you're talking about now. Okay.
definitely want a gas grill. I was thinking maybe getting like there'll be a small refrigerator in there on the bottom. I was thinking we'll have a sink in there as well since I have the plumbing for a water line. Um,
Yeah,
the
but
other thing I was
then you need
thinking
good
was
ventilation and the fan and the exhaust fan
we'll be
in
putting I
both
have
angles.
outlets for to be able to put two fans in there. And then
Gotcha.
there's the hood for the grilling the extractor.
Hey,
That'll come in, and then I was thinking of putting in a kegerator on one of
hey,
the counters.
Wagner.
I was maybe thinking of doing
Yeah, Kagan.
an island like right in the middle
Just
of
get on
the
tap and
living
all
space.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
some beers on tap.
yeah.
I mean,
That'd be
I
pretty
mean,
dope.
that's
Like
all I'm doing in my back.
a two beer tap.
Yeah. Hey, look, owning a house is fun. My
Costly.
house is the money pit. If you watch the movie Money Pit with Tom Hanks,
I have.
that's my house. Literally my house.
How much have you put into the house so far since you bought it? If you don't mind me asking, you don't got to tell me if you don't.
A lot. He's gonna whip out his calculator.
6 figures.
Fuck, dude.
And
And
it's
you look
been
at
what?
it, and
It's
you look
been
at it
what,
like,
five
where
or
is
six
that?
Fuck,
years?
dude.
6 years you've been in the house?
5 years. 5 years.
Five,
It'll be
yeah.
6 years next year. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You know, I had my house custom built for like a third of that, right?
Yeah. Well,
Jesus.
yeah.
Oh my God. And why did you move out to Florida? You were like in the midst of like wanting to get the fuck out of Florida. You wanted to go to California at one point.
California or Arizona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor in Florida. I
It's
cannot see
it's
that.
it's the family. Like for Diana's family's sake, she wants to
All
be
right.
close to their family, whatever it is. Now she's
Uh,
like, whatever. I want to move the fuck out. But
You
but then
already sank a
now,
She's
shit ton of
sitting
money
up.
into the house
yeah,
now.
now, Jacob's going to Hofstra.
You're stopped.
Yeah, I feel bad because this is a lot of expenses going on this year, and I know he wants to dorm. I said, look, I told Dan that's not gonna happen.
He wants
He has
what?
He
Oh,
wants to
so he's
dorm.
not gonna dorm this semester at
Oh,
least.
No, this full
Well,
year.
oh, okay, this full
Yeah,
year.
yeah, because it's
oh,
expensive, and
just get him an apartment nearby.
no, he's my mother-in-law lives in Jamaica, bro. My
Oh, fuck
mother-in-law and
that
my
then.
nephew.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
only 20 minutes away from Hofstra to
Hmm.
my in-laws.
Why don't he just get a place in your in-law, like in your in-laws, if they can make, if do they have a basement in the house that they can
They
section
have
off?
multiple rooms. There's only two old folks there, and then next door is my nephew in his house.
Then I mean that's dorm life if Jacob wants.
Yeah.
So,
It's either home or that's dorm life.
look, it was up to me. I wish he did give Montclair a chance because it's quarter for price, and I would bought him a car.
Yeah.
I would bought him a car. They have the same program. Yes, they don't have the same networks as Hofstra, but sometimes there's a battle that
And
I
it's
could
what
win.
Montclair State is 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away from our
40
house.
minutes away.
Oh,
40
yeah,
minutes.
from you. More
It's a
inland.
great
Oh, I
college.
love it. It's up on the hill.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
college.
it's right by the gun range.
But what I'm gonna do? I have to be practical and at the same time, give in a little bit. That's part of fatherhood. Sometimes you gotta swallow the
Hmm.
shit, and then it's just like, hey, but this is the requirements. I'm not gonna go easy. Like
Hmm.
you got a dean scholarship, great, super proud of you. It requires to be a 3.0. That's dumb. They grace. I don't give grace. Like I told people, I don't give grace. It's God
I
who
want a
gives me
4.0.
grace. God gives me grace to give to you. So
They want a
my
3.0. I want a 3.5.
3.2 is my bare minimum. 3.2. Like last month, I moved Samantha off my cell phone plan. Now she's paying her cell phone bill. She accepted a job, doesn't pay as much, but it's in
Where is she working at?
Passaic. It's called St. Mary's Hospital or something like that.
Hmm.
So pretty much she'll be helping kids with a transition when the kids got taken away by the state.
Social work.
Not social work, psychology.
Oh, or
Well,
Yeah, for
like not
trauma.
like a guidance counselor
No,
or
psychology.
no, I know what you
she's
mean, but
dealing
like
with. So she's dealing with kids
Psychology, it's a
that
difference.
got trauma.
Guidance and social is two different things. They
okay.
help whatever. Psychology is helping with the trauma, helping
Oh,
to
okay.
advance to the next level.
Yeah,
In a
yeah.
therapist
So
kind of
yeah,
way.
so obviously she's in her beginner entering phase, but the plus benefit with this company is full tuition reimbursement when she goes for her masters.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
So
Pays for
nowadays,
itself.
now
You,
look,
it saves you money that you could put
yeah.
into the
So
house.
so look, I was a part-time student.
Yeah.
I was a part-time. I was like a super part-time student in seminary. First of all, bachelor's I take care of. Masters you take care of, not
Oh
me.
yeah.
So I was a super part-time student in SEM, right? It was
Did I tell you?
400.
Did I tell you I almost went to a seminary?
Did you? Of what seminary? What of that the freaking Hell's Angels?
No, fucker.
Or
When I
AA.
when I was when I was scouting high schools,
Oh, okay.
I scouted Cathedral Prep,
Oh,
which was a
Well, like an all
seminary.
boys
It's an
school.
all boys
it's
seminary.
always cool.
Yeah, they were. It was the area of focus was theology and like if you were looking to go into the priesthood or some line of religious
Mm-hmm.
future.
Deaconess, yeah, deacon
Yeah,
emeritus, yeah.
that's and I scouted that school just because I didn't want to go to a school where they're oddly enough uh I specifically wanted to go to an all boys school
Mm-hmm.
just because I knew that girls were going to be a huge distraction for me.
Yeah,
So I scouted that school. I scouted Malloy, and Malloy didn't want me because I didn't have the grades for it.
yeah.
I,
It's tough
I
to get
missed I
Malloy's
missed
too,
I
man.
missed the grades by like a little bit, like just barely. But I got my first pick. I got accepted at my first pick, which was Holy Cross High School.
Okay.
And fucking awesome. I had a blast in high school.
Yeah. So I remember paying 450 a credit. Now per credit, and mind you, I didn't finish. I had one class,
And
so
this is
whatever.
like if you were to go like Bosco by us or St. Joseph's.
No, I went to a Lutheran theology
Oh, okay,
seminary.
gotcha.
I'm not Catholic, so but for college now for masters per credit is running between $1,200 to $1,500 a credit, and the minimum credit is like 3.5 credits. So it's like either 3 or 4 credits. There's no 2 credit classes no more. So just imagine $1,500 times 3. That's $4,500 a
$4,500.
class for a
Yeah.
class.
Yep.
Reimbursement? Ching ching.
Wait, so is it a full-time job or part-time for Sam?
Full-time job. Full-time
Okay.
job. And she's still working
Benefits
for
and
the
all that?
church. I mean, she's under my wife, whatever. So
Oh, okay.
we had to figure that out. So she still have like a small part-time gig with the church. The secretary work is small,
Right.
and really crazy, and obviously she will just continue being my assistant. So
No more assistant job.
no more assistant job, but But it's good, At first, she's like, "Hey, Dad, I feel bad." She was crying, like, "I feel like I wasted your money." I'm like, "Samantha, you graduated in December." I'm
Yeah.
like, it takes time, And then in one job she really wanted, and then they were taking so long to get back to her, and all this. I'm like, Samantha, don't waste your time, because no one is gonna wait 3 months not getting paid to get in a gig that you have to drive 45 minutes or longer to
Yeah.
get to.
Yeah.
So, she'd have to learn. So, as part of fatherhood, you got to just let them walk their little path, bust their ass a little bit, and then and that's pretty much it. So yeah, so this season is just like, what the fuck? I'm super glad for my son. He got a Dean scholarship. He's going to Hofstra. It's a great school. The class size is probably no more than 10 to 15 kids in the classroom.
Damn.
He has connects with ESPN, HBO, Disney, CSBN, NBC, and their network of affiliates. So he could do the media production, stuff like that, and intern with them much sooner than most other schools, because they have professors that actually work in those companies. So it's a plus. I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's not a plus. It's just coño, tú sabes.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go to
Very
Fat Girl
expensive.
Club and strip and get some money, some quarters they'll throw at me. I don't know.
Yeah. Y'all saw what do you call it? Juan hit us up in the group.
Yeah, it's a club in DR. They call
Yeah,
it.
Dude, you
yeah,
saw that
some
shit?
MLB pitcher passed away. And he was in that club.
Was he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's called
So
Jets. What's it called? Jets.
Jet Lounge or Jet something like that. Jet
Yeah,
Set, I think.
yeah, Jet Set. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
Something.
happened last night.
Yeah, last night and a
Last night,
Monday.
early this morning.
I'm like, seriously? I
Yeah,
mean,
dude, that shit is crazy.
shit happens, bro.
They tore
All
the
right.
roof off that motherfucker.
Literally.
Too soon, bro.
Would that be, is it too, would
Yeah,
that be-
way too
Wags
soon.
will
would it
come
be too-
up, come
would it
up
be
with
too
the meme
insensitive
too.
for me to say that in response to
Oh
Juan?
Lord, jeez. No, don't say that. You know how Juan is. Jeez.
My man tore the house down.
Wow. That being said, what a disappointment
man.
in my bracket.
Oh, dude, I don't even want to talk. I came in dead last. I looked up the standings. 'cause
Freaking Duke has disappointed me.
Yeah, no, Duke, but your son beat me too. I was shit in the bracket,
I'm in
but
third place.
hey, beat it. I mean, you beat me out.
Eki won. That's been crazy, bro. A lot of
But it was a
disappointment.
very profitable
Yeah.
March Madness for me. Yeah, this was my best March Madness I bet. Not that I bet so many in my life, but I made a lot of money in
Well,
March
what
Madness.
about the eights parlay leg?
I know, yeah. I mean, we've been doing good parlays and stuff.
That
so-
was been crazy, bro.
yeah.
That was
So
a crazy one.
very profitable. I'm very happy, but I'm losing all my profits already because I've been getting killed in NBA and MLB.
Dude, I'm sorry.
It's so unpredictable.
This gin is so smooth. It's like water. Scary.
I'm loving my monkey. Dude,
I want to pick up
Look
that
at that.
monkey
Look at that.
faster.
I converted Wagner to a gin guy.
I know.
No, you didn't. I've drank. I
Yeah,
used to drink
no,
gin before,
no.
bro.
You
I've
was like,
drank
oh,
gin
gin
before.
or whatever. Get my
No,
tequila.
I don't
just
know,
hate
Wags.
it.
I've never seen you as a
that's
gin
not
guy.
true. I've drank gin. Hendrix was my go-to. Hendrix or Bombay, the Sapphire.
Oh,
Jesus,
Bombay.
you went from good to shitty?
It wasn't frequent, but when I was on a budget,
Yeah, bum juice. Yeah. What's that bum juice
COVID,
gin?
during COVID,
Georgie.
Georgie. During
Georgie's
COVID,
vodka, right?
and I needed a drink for my value, I had to get the handle of Bombay for $30,
Oh no, Lord.
and I'd make that shit
You
last.
and Alex like that Bombay Sapphire. That stuff is
It's all
gross.
right. I mean, if you're mixing it, that's all
I
right.
guess if
Yeah.
you're
But
mixing it,
drink
like,
but
something straight, it was definitely Hendrix. But
dude, for your wedding,
this is my shit right now. The
Joey, for
fucking
your
vodka.
wedding, I asked for Tangerade. The guy went to the bottom of the thing, and I think it was your aunt. He's like, no, 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 honey. He didn't say he wanted the bottom one. He wanted the.
You didn't want
take
the
it away.
well.
Yeah, I'm looking at your aunt. I forgot she had the blonde. I'm not sure it was your mother's side or your father's side, blonde hair one.
Right.
You're like, nope, nope, the green one there, the green one, the green one. I'm
That's
like,
funny.
I'm not drinking that freaking what the
Bottom-
fuck that is.
Oh god, probably some jungle juice or something like that.
Oh no, 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 no. All right, dude, what a fucking season, right? Baseball, the new bats.
Oh yeah, the torpedo bats.
What was the story with these bats?
I don't.
So supposedly they were using them last year, but because the Yankees came out of the season hitting home runs left and right, that they were like, "Oh, something's up right now," and the batters are like, "Yeah, we're using these
They're
new
not
bats."
this good.
Like, so the weight of the bat is no longer in the middle; it's now well, not in the sweet spot; it's more in the middle of
In
the
the
bat
middle.
now.
Okay.
So you like those pitches that come inside, you can still hit out because the weight is more in the middle of the bat than the end with the sweet spot.
Yankees tied with Blue
Yeah, no,
Jays, Red
Yankees lost
Sox,
again. We're back to normal. The offense
with Detroit.
got shut out today.
How Detroit has 7 wins?
Detroit's not, but they have good pitching. They don't have good hitting though. But we can't hit right now. Again, it's the
Yep.
same old
Same old
Yankees.
shit, same
And
old
then the
Yankees.
Mets won again today. So it's like
Yeah,
little
whatever.
brother.
No, brother.
But
That's fine.
speaking of the liquor, the Buffalo Trace, I looked into that article that they got flooded, and now
There
is it
was
gonna cause
there was so there's it's Kentucky and I think two other states that were affected by an accidental
right?
breach
But you
of
know this is gonna
opening of a
like
dam, and like there's certain areas that are now flooded to shit and had to be evacuated. So it looks like the Buffalo Trace Distillery is in
Well,
one of those areas.
was it because they have to open it down because of the overflow of rain coming in? Sometimes that
that's
has
what I
to
think it
happen.
is.
That's when it has to happen. Then it will be more for pressure. Then it will be more damaging. Now, my question is, I thought Buffalo Trace and now distilleries stored their stuff away where the distiller or where the distiller at.
I don't know because I
I
know what Jim
don't
Beam does that. Like I guess distilleries do that, but I don't know with Buffalo Trace. I don't know if it's all made in that one area and
But
stored all there.
I see a lot of videos. Buffalo Trace, their distillery, they distill it for a lot of other small local uh, brewers.
In Kentucky or just
Yeah, yeah.
worldwide or country?
And
Wide?
country wise, I didn't know that. I mean, obviously, I'm not like a bourbon, connoisseur, whatever you bloody call the word, snob and shit. There's a code, in on the you have one of the bourbon bottles somewhere around you, behind you, Wagner, don't you
What's
have
up?
a bourbon bottle? What the hell are you reading right now?
I was typing to Juan in the group. What
Stop.
do you need? What do you need? No, I'm not being insensitive.
Find a bourbon bottle. There's like a code there, like a coding where
Gotcha.
it's
Hold
being
on.
distilled at.
All right, hold on.
And yeah.
And if you look up that code on Google, it'll tell you where it's stored.
Google or whatever it is, like which distillery is making it in their behalf and in the process. Obviously, is their own ingredients
Right.
and where it's getting bottled. So it's somewhere there. I just don't. I follow this one guy and then I see the video and it's disappeared.
That's pretty cool. But I mean, the thing is,
So
I went to
what am I
ShopRite
looking
Liquors,
for?
can't find
There should be
Buffalo
like a
Trace.
coding, like a code, like where it's distilled, the date and the location.
Should be
There's a
by the
particular
barcode, I would assume.
No,
or like a
see,
number.
I think you're referring to more so like for example, like the bottle of Patron that has a bottle number or batch number.
That's the bottle batch number of that particular year, but there is like a birth certificate number type where it tells you where it's being distilled at, and you'd be amazed.
So
Like Buffalo Trace, they distill. I forgot the name of the company. Do a lot of distillers distilling
Needs his
for a
reading
lot.
glasses.
Yeah, got my reading glasses. There we go. Oh, whip it out, whip it out. Look at that.
Hi, gentlemen.
Sexy. Dude, where are my glasses, bro? I can't see without it. Freaking Joey has to wear
So
contacts.
for example, the bottle of gin, the monkey has a number, it has a coding here, but it says batch 45, bottle number 02582.
But how
And then
about
it
for the
says
Buffalo Trace
distilled. It does
products?
have something that says distiller, but I can't even fucking read it because it's in this super fine fucking lettering.
Yeah.
But I don't see that, for example, like the bottle of Eagle Rare that I have. I don't see what you're talking about.
It should be like a, no, it tells you where it's being distilled. You know,
10-year Kentucky straight bourbon, 45% alcohol.
How
Distilled,
about that
aged,
E.H. Taylor?
hold on, DH, distilled, aged, and bottled by Buffalo Trace Distillery,
there you
Frankfort,
go.
Kentucky.
So yeah, so that's a code that tells you where which. So there's pretty much like only a handful of company that actually distilled in behalf of other brands too.
So there should be a number code on those bottles?
And this one says distilled, aged, and bottled by Old Fashioned Copper Distillery, also, which is also in Frankfurt, DSPKY 113.
That might be the number you're looking for. But that's a Buffalo Trace distillery, EH. I believe
EH,
so.
yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, this is too fucking bright.
Dude,
All
and
right.
I can't find Buffalo Trace products at all lately.
Dude, I told my
You got to go Fort Lee. I told you.
I
I
Fort
told
called them, they didn't have
them
any.
they had any?
No, that one time you told me to give them a call. I called them, they had no Eagle
I,
Rare, no Buffalo
You gotta
Trace.
go to West Coast, bro. Dude,
I told
when I
my
was in sorry, when I was in Minnesota, there was everywhere. So
But
many
why
freaking
would they? Well, Minnesota's not West Coast. That's the up,
Midwest.
yeah, Midwest.
But also West
Midwest.
Coast, they have everywhere. Like when I was in California, they
I
have a
don't get
whole
why
section
California would have Buffalo Trace when
because no
Because it's
one
not
Kentucky's
fucking
not
popular
drinks it
seller.
closer.
there.
It's nobody drinks it there.
Nobody
Yeah,
drinks
I
it there.
guess
So it's
so.
just
I
sitting
guess
on
they're more
shelves.
tequila.
I told my fucking my lady, I was just like, yo, when you
You
get
haven't hit me up in a
another
while.
no, I hit her up the other day. I was in there. I was just like, hey, I haven't heard from you. She said, we haven't gotten anything. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
all right.
dude, they haven't. Every
She's like,
when the past
nothing.
2 months,
Nothing.
nothing.
She's just like, I'll let you know. I told her, I was like, if you get a case of Eagle Rare, you let me know like that morning because I'll just buy the whole case.
Yeah, might as
Dude, a
well.
bottle of Eagle Rare here is 40 bucks.
Yeah, you can't beat
A
that.
case of six, that's at 200,
Buy
240
your
bucks.
Spanish wines, your Italian wines, whatever. Italian, I prefer Spanish over Italian wines. Your European
Oh,
wines are
I like the
great.
Italian wines. The
You fucking douche.
I like some Italian wines.
German wines are better.
I've
Depends what.
never had a German wine.
Oh,
You gotta
We had a
introduce me
German
to
wine. We
German
had a
wine.
German wine in Orlando.
I told
Epcot.
Wagner about the German wine. He's like, no, no, no,
Bro,
dude, you
that shit
understand?
was awesome, dude. Was
Phenomenal.
that the pear wine that we had? Was it
We
a
had the
pear wine?
pear wine and the Guzzard. Whatever. Sorry, G.
Was it a
Uh,
red or a white wine?
it's white. It's
It's
white.
white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice and
Um,
cold. It was really good,
Oh, so
dude.
it's very chilled before.
Yeah.
it's really, but it's you could drink it cold, but it's preferred room temperature and it's
Yeah.
phenomenal, dude.
Yeah,
You
but
don't
when
understand.
you're in Orlando in the middle of August
Yeah,
and
I
it's 105
Yeah,
degrees,
yeah,
the
yeah,
yeah,
you
last
need
thing
that
you want is a
chill.
piss warm glass of
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
That's
yeah,
wine.
you probably throw up off of that in
yeah.
that weather.
No, you buy that shit now and freaking flip it.
Flip it. I just store it.
Dude,
I'll
I get
just
my
hold
hands
on
on a
to it.
case of Eagle Rare, I'll flip the shit. Or if I can get a case of the
And,
EH Taylor,
dude, and now
I
if the
told her, I was like,
distillery is
I'll
gonna
buy it.
close for a few days, it's gonna back
Forget
up
it.
supply.
Production,
Yep.
distribution.
Yeah, but you think they will store it in a
But
different
Buffalo Trace
location?
is weird
Offsite.
like that. They would rather do that than come get to their storage and
Yeah, that's
send out
weird.
that. They like to be like exclusive like that. I don't know. It's so hard to get lately.
It
That's I'm
is.
like thinking about I might try a couple different bourbons because it's impossible to get these Buffalo Trace
Oh,
bourbons.
try the I want to say John Wick, but what bourbon that you and Dan got me?
Yeah, John Wick. They have that in that shop in
It's
damn,
called John Wick.
is it?
I don't
John
remember.
something. Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about too.
Remember, we had the guy, the owner, that came to the lounge and get the
Yeah.
cognac was pretty good too.
Oh, dude, that cognac was delicious too.
Yeah,
John Myers. That's
John
who it
Myers.
was.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to call it John Wick, but John Wick bourbon. You know me.
Yeah.
I always name.
But you can't find that anywhere but that one small shop.
But that is the beauty of like local distilleries, right?
Yeah.
Like Finback when you go
Small
to
batch,
small
batch.
Small batches.
batches.
Yep.
Like Finback when we go for the brewer for the beers.
Yeah.
It's just
Dude,
that local taste.
we gotta hit the brewery that I have up the road from me.
Okay.
Dude, it's just a
Did they
tap
just come
room.
out with the brewery or?
No,
Oh,
they've
is that
been
the
here for
one that you
years.
sent pictures of?
Yeah, dude,
Okay,
they got
yeah.
so many fucking awards. It's just a brewery and a tap room. No food, nothing. You
They
just
don't
go in,
mass produce at all? Like you wouldn't be able to
you
find the
can
beer
probably
here?
you could bring in a growler and I bring my growler
No, I
in.
mean like would I be able to find that beer up
Oh,
by
I don't
us?
think so.
No.
Yeah,
I don't
they
think
probably
so.
don't. There's one that Dan goes to that he bought us a few cases
Yeah.
for Massachusetts. They don't nationwide. You pick
Yeah,
up
but
there.
you look at like Cape May. Cape May, if you go up and down, I can find Cape May anywhere.
The thing is, yeah,
Mm.
the thing is because
That's probably such a big brewery though.
it's a bigger brewery, not huge because you're not gonna find it everywhere. It's mostly in the East Coast, on the East
Yeah.
Coast, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. But again, certain people say they want the environment coming in and experience
Yeah, that's true.
the whole thing. There's a place that does the bourbons by Lake George, just like the town north of Lake George. That you guys, I sent pictures of. I had the moonshine from
Yep.
them, whatever it is. It's actually better than the shit that we bought. Dude, phenomenal. The moonshine we bought, I've never, ever, ever.
Garbage.
I want.
Oh, you
No,
mentioned moonshine. We also have a rum distillery here in the Cape.
dude.
We
Yeah,
did a tour of it, which is really cool. I had never seen like anything like that. And they give you a little tour. They show you like
nice.
their fucking big giant vats and all this stuff, and then you sample a couple of the rums that they distill. It's called Wicked Dolphin. It's called. It's literally
I heard of
5 minutes from the house,
I heard of them.
and couple different rums, and they also make a moonshine as well. I haven't
Yeah.
tried it.
What
I
After-
just looked up that
after
John
that
Myers
shit.
bourbon, Vic, and they're distilled in the Finger Lakes.
The Finger Lakes. Okay.
Yep.
But in New York area.
Yeah, it's a small batch estate
By
grown
Niagara.
bourbon.
Yeah, by Niagara. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what he said when he was there when we first met him.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta go to that little shop because I want to get that bourbon. That bourbon's delicious too.
It's great. I finished that shit in a week.
Yeah, that was one of the best bourbons.
When I went to the Bacardi warehouse, whatever in Puerto Rico, dude, I'm not a Bacardi guy. I'm not a rum guy, but I tried the exclusive Bacardi. A bottle is $300
Here in
for,
the
like,
States or over there?
over there.
Okay.
It's the same price. It's American dollars.
No.
But
They don't sell it
Puerto
here.
Rico doesn't have its own currency.
No.
No,
But they don't sell it here. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, gotcha.
And then for you to ship it, there's
well,
a
yeah, if you
charge.
ship
Yeah.
it, it's even more. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Well, you
probably
can't-
runs you about $500 a bottle.
Yeah,
I mean,
whatever
you
it
could
is.
travel if you could buy it there and bring it back with you.
No.
You
They
can't
don't
put
have
it
it
in
in the
like a
duty
back.
free?
You could.
You
No,
could
no. What I'm
airport
saying
there?
is like if you went
You
to the
can't-
distillery and you bought a bottle there, you could put it in your checked bag.
Certain amount of ounces.
No, that's carry on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's carry on. In
That's
the
carry on.
no,
Well, you could
Wagner's
put a
right,
you could put a
'cause I-
bottle in a checked bag because I came
That's
home
what I
from
did in
Mexico
Italy.
with a handle of the tequila that
Yeah,
we had out there.
That's fine, but yeah, I'm saying, but the box is huge. Unless you have your own suitcase for it, you're not gonna
yeah.
fucking happen. It's like a coming like an exclusive.
Oh,
Again,
it's like a
I'm,
presentation.
yeah.
I
I'm
got
not
you.
a
Okay.
rum guy. It's not my thing. I do like rum.
Oh, I love good rum.
There's a couple of rums
I
that
like
like
rums.
is phenomenal. We have tried it here in the show.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Most of them, and that I have broken while going up the elevator. That was the most expensive night. I'm like, oh, there it goes. That's $100.
On the floor.
The guy's like, oh, it smells so great in here. I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it tastes amazing too.
I'm like, so and the lady came like, what happened? I dropped my bottle. Um,
So
so
I wanted to have a talk with you guys. Podcast segment
can we pause right now and take a little break?
and
Because I
come
need to get
back.
some
All
ice
right.
and come
Well,
Yeah,
back.
yeah, let's do because
Victor's got
I
to
need
use
some
a
ice.
wee wee.
I gotta use a
Yeah.
wee wee. All
All
right, let me pause this.
All
All
right.
right, be back in a bit. All right, we
And
back.
we're back.
We back from a little break.
right.
We're a
Call
little
that.
old, you know. The prostate
Piss
Yeah,
don't work right
breaks.
no more.
dude, I've been peeing more. Wagner, before we left, you want to add to the segment? Would you-
Yeah. So, I hate to be the there comes a time in every man's life guy.
I've seen things.
Oh
I have
boy.
seen things. I have seen things.
Yeah.
But real talk,
All right, straight dick.
there comes a
I
time
remember
in
that.
No
there
lube.
comes a straight dick, yeah. There comes a time in every dude's life, right? And I know the second I tell you, you're gonna know, and you're gonna see exactly where I'm going with this.
Did you pour
So
yourself a drink first?
I'm going to, because that's where we're going with this.
Okay.
When was it? Because every guy goes through this. That
Hmm.
there's that transition when you go from, I don't want to say from a boy to a man, but no, when you go from a kid who just drinks for the purpose of getting fucked up as fast as possible to actually appreciating a spirit and enjoying it, and at that point transitioning from getting hammered as fast as possible to having learned how to drink and drinking to enjoy the spirit and just riding the buzz and carrying it.
Okay.
I
So
know
it's
my exact moment.
so
COVID.
it's like a ping pong back and forth. Like
Yeah,
you drink
what
to get
where
messed up. You drink
where did you hit that? Where and when did you hit that mark of maturity where you
Okay.
were no longer the I need to get fucked up as fast as possible to I want to enjoy this. Oh, this is a good bourbon. This is a
Well,
this, when did you go from drinking
mm,
shit like Fireball to
yeah,
a
that's
quality bourbon, for example, or a
okay.
quality
So me personally, uh, twofold to look at this. So let me talk about me personally, and then let me share my thoughts, and then you guys could chime in whatever you
yeah.
want to do. Me personally, I never like getting drunk to a point that, and I have been. I'm not saying I haven't.
Where you're not in control
That we're
anymore.
not in control. I always drank whatever it is. I started a much younger age. I used to wake up with, hey, look, JD, whatever it is, but not to the point that I have to be blackout. I never liked doing that. I had bad experience, maybe a handful of time when I was like 19, 18 years old, 20-ish. That I don't remember. I slept in my car. Like that was like, all right, I
You
have to
woke up
stop
in the back
that.
of somebody's truck, didn't you?
No. But that was like that one time experience. For me, I never want to get that messed up. I just want to drink to have the numbness, and there's reason behind that. And the reason behind that is that I seen drunkenness. I seen the chaos out of that, and I want to be full in control. Now, me being me, the man whore um, that I am, um, if I'm not focused and completing the game, then I just lost the whole purpose of me going out for a drink and having fun.
We had a few nights like that though.
Yeah, we
Cigar
have
nights
to.
and
Yeah,
all that.
but I transitioned to cheap bourbon. Then my transition happened, I say, in my mid 20s when I got in more to wine, appreciating wine, going to vineyards, understanding the craft of making the wine, and that got me the appreciation of the craft of making the bourbon, the gin, and then later on from you learning the craft of good tequila, and that's
Mhm.
recently,
Yeah.
right? So like recently, it's about the taste, whatever it is, and then there's times like, all right, I just gotta drink because I have an edge, right? So I think it's a whole emotion and the place you in. I hate saying this word with spiritually in the sense how
Mhm.
you feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Are you feeling
Your vibe,
depressed?
what
Yeah,
what
your
what your
vibe.
vibe is.
Your vibe is. But you know, there is a point that you are too old enough to be foolish.
Mm-hmm.
But yet you could pocket a foolish day of being with your boys and say, all right, fine, this is a day that we're just gonna have
You
fun
get
and whatever.
trashy or
Yeah,
like
but
Get
drink whatever.
trashy,
even
whatever
on
it
those
is.
days,
You're still looking
you're
out for
Yeah.
still it's
yourself.
still within
Yeah, it's still within you,
a
but
level of acceptedness where it's not like you're a fucking retard. You should know better than this.
correct, correct.
You
But
know?
the thing is, I'm not gonna spend good money on good bourbon or good gin
To
or good
drink it so
To
quick.
get
tequila
it so quick to get
Yeah.
to
wasted.
be messed
Yeah.
up. When I was in Mexico, they taught me like, no, tequila is not a shot drink.
Mhm.
They like it's like a dishonor. It
Yeah.
meant to be sipped. It meant to be enjoyed. The first sip is hard. The second sip, you move around and then you understand the
You
flavors.
Hmm.
gargle.
Right?
Yeah, man. It's like a wine. You do the
It's like
whole
a wine, but and then when you realize the flavor, like holy
yeah,
shit, there's experience, stuff like that. That comes from maturity. It comes to like understanding,
flavor pal. It's a
the
flavor
return of
palette and
investment, right? There's a lot of kids out there who say, "Oh, I'm gonna buy a bottle of Azul or whatever,
and they
spending so
have
much
no idea
money."
what the fuck they're drinking.
They're
And it's a
buying
garbage
shit.
fucking tequila too.
Oh, it's
It's
terrible.
Yeah.
syrup.
He's
It's
like,
it's
"Oh, this
syrup.
only I drink." I'm like, "You're drinking shit." Lola's,
You're
whatever it is great.
you're
It's
buying a
half the
fancy
price,
bottle. It's good
and it's,
marketing.
yeah, and
It's good
it's half
marketing.
the price and it's good. Like people buy shit nowadays because they're being
Status.
influenced to buy those
Status.
things,
Yeah.
in
Also,
status,
social media, yeah.
Yeah.
You
social
could
media.
flaunt it and all that.
Yeah.
But I think for me was in my mid 20s when I converted and really trying to understand the craft of it. In my 30s is like, okay, understand the importance of drinking bourbon neat and having a conversation.
Hmm.
The importance of having a bourbon because not every business transaction is going to be a business transaction. Sometimes there's a conversation aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then the person that is wants to invest in you and pour money in you or time and energy to teach you, say, hey, have a bourbon. You have to realize that as adult man, to realize that that's not just, hey, here's a drink, drink with me.
To
Here's a
get messed
drink.
up too, yeah.
Yeah, that's get messed up. Here's a
Yeah.
drink. Let me see how you drink it,
How you drink it. Yep.
how you
And you know what? They'll
appreciate
judge
it.
you if you try to get messed up
Exactly,
Yeah.
and
exactly. So from there on, because when I transitioned into the career that I am right now, was all right. Let me get to know people. People getting to know me because they want to invest in the company that I work for, that I help build. So they want to know who's the guy behind the Iron Curtain, right?
Let's see how this
So,
guy drinks.
Mhm.
exactly,
Yeah.
and that comes from realizing within, actually realizing yourself, like, okay, am I just wasting money being stupid and foolish? I, that's really hard to pinpoint an age. I think that comes from maturity and understanding the community that you are working with and living with and really driving with, right? It doesn't really come to the stem that you grew up with because eventually you grow out of that, but it's up to you if you want to grow out of that.
Hmm.
you know
Hmm.
we all love Alex,
Hmm.
dear to our heart, but I'm not gonna bring in a $200 bottle of bourbon to him because he's not gonna appreciate it.
Be
Am I
gone in a
wrong?
week.
Be gone
I
in a
get it.
day.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. I mean, look, it went from like bourbon to wines. Wine really opened up to everything else for me to appreciate whatever it is. And then recently, remember, for years, I was never a tequila guy
Hmm.
because always trash tequila. And then
Yeah, yeah.
Wagner really, really taught me, say, hey, this is crap. This is crap. Try this. Do this method. Sip this way.
How
Drink
about
this way.
gin?
Stuff like that. Gin came out of an experiment with COVID.
Okay.
So because I had all this stuff, like, okay, how can I make a nice summer drink and be relaxed? My wife liked tequila, like 1800. Like I couldn't take, I didn't like it. I'm like, but I want something that could highlight the fruits that I'm putting into it. Gin is only one of those spirits. Not even vodka, because it's the same way of processing. It's just with the Jupiter beads and the
Mm.
way that they distill it. Gin is one of those spirits that really highlight the flavor of what you're putting in there and enhances it.
So
It's Morocco.
I'm curious, if
It's
you were to get an espresso martini, would you get it with gin or would you get it with vodka?
espresso martini is made
Espresso,
with
I would go
vodka.
with vodka.
It is made with vodka. It's
Yeah,
not
no,
made with gin because
Eh,
it would be too bitter. Gin
gotcha.
will be lost. Vodka will actually
Enhance the
not
coffee
enhance it, but it will level out the whole bitterness.
because that's all everyone
Now,
asks.
now,
Everyone loves espresso martinis.
yeah, but
I'm
like,
not an espresso. I don't.
but
No.
but like a traditional martini is
Oh,
made
it's
with.
gin. Oh yeah, with the
If you,
olives
Gin
and
I
the
could
martini.
tell it. No, I like the
oh,
olive
I
juice you put
do.
in there. I don't care. Um, but I could tell if you give me a shitty martini and it's vodka, because I'm not drinking that shit. I know for straight out, like, no, that's vodka. I said I want gin. Take that shit out of here. And and I'm very particular. I don't like my martinis in a martini glass. I like it in a
No,
short
I don't
glass,
want it in one of these motherfuckers.
short
Yeah, I
glass,
can't drink that shit in a martini glass.
short
Spill it.
glass, short glass, very cold glass.
Mm.
That's how I like my
Hmm.
martinis. And people looked at me weird. I said, look, that's
Yeah.
how I drink it. Oh, the step. I don't give a fuck. Put the damn thing in an ice cold glass and
Shake
make
the
my
shit out of
martini.
it.
Shake the shit out of it. Put some
Pour it
freaking
out.
extra. Yeah, exactly. You
Pour it
pour
out,
it
and you
in,
have it neat.
rinse, pour, put back in, and do it the right way, the way I
Yeah.
like it. I don't know, Wagner. What was your point, or Joey?
So I think for me, like, it was hard for me,
Okay.
and I'll explain it to you why. Because so I went to Catholic school my whole fucking life up until I went to college.
Hmm.
So my first interactions with alcohol did not have any kind of fucking maturity to it. It was like, let's get fucked up. But at the same time, um, my parents wanted us to learn how to drink. So
Hmm.
they taught us to drink in the house. So, the family got together, here, have a beer. Have a beer. Have another one. Cool. I'm cutting you off. Like that's how they also taught us responsibility.
Yep.
Once I was in, college and I had a car, and I was going to like parties and hanging out, and it was, red solo cups and kegs and all that shit. There was no responsibility.
You know, it's funny. I'm sorry to tell you, I didn't have beer until I was in my 30s. I didn't like beer in my
Really.
20s.
What?
In my 30s, that's why I enjoyed beer.
Damn.
So then, so that's how it was. And it was, we just get fucking, just drink, 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 beer pong,
Just
this and this
as
and this.
quick
Just
as
drink as fast
possible.
as you could, as fast as you get fucked up as fast as possible. And then it was just like, oh, you puked. You throw up, and then it's like, all right, you rinse out, and somebody carries your ass home or whatever the fuck. You sleep it off the next morning because you're young and stupid, and your liver functions well. You don't even, you could run through a brick wall and wake up the
You,
next morning and
your
be
hangover is
ready to
like
go.
five
Yeah,
minutes.
See,
yeah,
see,
As soon as you wake up.
I
yeah,
wish that was look. I was, I wish I could be that irresponsible, and I couldn't because I was always the responsible one, making sure everyone got home okay, and all that stuff. Even though I was like, all right, one eye, and then driving because back in those times in Delaware, driving the back roads, cop knew just
yeah.
didn't bother you. You so straight out, look, I'm fucked up. Just put the light in front of me. I'll drive behind you, whatever it was, you know. I couldn't like. Yes, it was a handful of times. It's just been a handful of times. I don't know. I just
So like eventually it was just like, all right, well, if beer gets me buzzed like this and I like this, oh, here comes a bottle of this, or let's
yeah. There
here
we
comes a
go.
And
bottle of
that's the
whatever.
cheap stuff too,
And it's
where
What
always the
it's
was your
like,
shit.
first hard liquor,
I think it was also, well, you know what?
Joey? What's your hard
My first
your
hard
hard
liquor was probably vodka. I
vodka?
think it was probably like
Ooh.
Absolute, and
mine was Bacardi and Captain Morgan.
My was Bacardi Light.
Yeah.
and my introduction to hard liquors was just like, oh, this tastes like shit. Orange juice.
Oh,
So
there
it
you
was
go.
vodka,
Screwdriver.
vodka, vodka
Yeah.
OJ, and vodka OJ or
What
vodka
my
cranberry or vodka pineapple. was
my
my shit.
my introduction into drinking um was with Zimas and Mystic. All right, the
Classics.
most fruity ass shit you can ever drink.
Classics. The
Right,
the White Claws of our time.
and then in Delaware when I was my mom moved away, whatever, and this is why I got really messed up that first night. It was Jack Daniels. Whenever I had first time, it
Oh
was Jack
God.
Daniels, and I puked my brains out in front of Wawa's, in front of the Stady, and I was like, I go to Stady like, dude,
I remember this story.
yeah, sorry, right? Like, he looked at me like, yeah, I'm not driving. Here's my keys, whatever it is. Like, I'm fucked up. Like, I told straight out, I'm not sure how I got here. I got my hoagie, my smokes, whatever it is. Can you take me home? And he's like, you know what? I appreciate that. So he took my ass home. His partner took my fucked up 92 Lumina, drove behind him. Oh, that car was a piece of shit. And then took my ass home. And that's pretty much it. And there I realized, you know what? I gotta be cautious, and really like if I'm gonna drink like that, I gotta hang out with people that I could trust. Because you hear stories,
Yeah, I know.
you know.
But I think for those were my drinks, right? And
So
then
you went from beer to hard?
I
Because
went to
I
yeah,
didn't went
so
to beer.
I went from beer to vodkas, and it was always a vodka with some kind of a fruit juice
See, that's
because I
sweet.
hated the fucking as I
The
adjusted to the
burn.
taste, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then from there, I think I went to Jaeger because I was at that point in college.
I
And
remember doing Jaeger bombs.
Jaeger was my
Oh, remember that
shit.
night? That was horrible, bro.
Jaeger
Oh,
was my
We,
shit.
we,
I'll
we
be
lost
honest with
people.
you. Dude, I swear to I'm dead ass. I can drink Jaeger on ice like I'm having this gin right
Something's wrong with
now.
you mentally, bro.
next podcast, you'll have Jaeger on
I'll have
deck.
Jaeger. I'll
Okay.
have, yeah. I can
That's
drink Jaeger
disgusting.
on ice like I would have a gin or like I would have a bourbon and enjoy it and have it slow.
See, I went from Zima's, right? Never liked beer. I hate the smell of beer. From whiskey, Jack Daniels, whatever it was. I never advanced up to bourbon until later on. Then from there, I went to wine. And then I got into like to beers, like IPAs,
So
then
you start with
bourbon.
IPAs, not like a Miller Light
No,
or
no.
Bud Light
I mean, I
or
did a ball
Coors
game
Light.
once in a while, but it wasn't my thing. So it's always been like an IPA.
Mm.
And then I went into the bourbon, but I not like all right, low class bourbon. I went straight from IPAs, wine, to
To Blue
Macallan.
Label.
Cal, the expensive
Macallan.
stuff.
And then I went to like, all right, Gentleman's Jack, and to like
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace, the Eagle Rare, and to like Pinch. Oh, Pinch was like the family thing. So
Pinch.
yeah, Pinch. But that's a cognac. Then I got into like
Basil
back
and all that.
basil. Then I got back into rum recently. Like okay, with the podcast, like all right, try this rum
Yeah.
out. And then later on to tequila, then to gin.
A lot of phases there.
Yeah.
It wasn't beer started out. A lot of people like, oh, beer. Like, I just did not like the taste of beer. It did not like the taste of beer. Enjoy it
Why
was.
would you even puke? Would you puke off of it or?
I always had the issue with my stomach.
Oh, okay. So
That's
you
the thing.
go.
So
Gotcha.
cheap beer's always been very hot carbonate. I didn't know the proper way of pouring it. I didn't know all that
Hmm.
stuff. And then that was the time, mind you, when I was around between 12 and 14, that's when I got bitten by the tick. That
Mm.
tick that I got bitten by, that's the reason why I can't eat red meat and pork.
You got bit by that?
Yes.
I heard about that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
So
know that.
yes. So later on, older I get, when I was in my 22s, that's
Christina's gonna be
21, 22.
fascinated by this actually when
So
I tell her.
21, 22, that's when I had to stop eating red meat and pork because it got to a point I was spitting out blood. It was bad.
Mm.
Yeah, I could bet that's the reason I could bet my tick. That's why I
Holy
can't.
shit.
Yeah,
I've had
so
this conversation about this particular
yeah,
tick
and there's a few
with a couple
people.
people.
Yeah,
I've never met someone who actually, well, now holy shit, I didn't know. I thought it was
yeah.
just, your stomach was a bitch,
No, no, no.
this whole time.
I was born with like messed up stomach,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like crazy. But around that time, that's when it happened. That's when I had like
Holy
a major
shit.
heartburn,
Okay.
all that stuff, and just gotten worse and worse. And then it all stemmed from the
Fucking
From the
the
tick.
tick
tick bite.
bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that can
And
make you allergic to red meat.
Yeah.
it pretty much you can't break it down.
Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
meat and pork, you just
Exactly.
can't break it down. Like even chicken itself with fish, like technically speaking, my diet should be straight vegetarian. Like chicken,
Just-
I could tolerate. It's not severe like red meat,
Hmm.
like animals, like even with pork, it just I can't break it down. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I'm like, no, I just can't
So
break
where
it.
do you get your
Yeah.
iron and stuff?
The
Greens.
iron is greens,
Oh, okay.
beans, my proteins. Obviously now the peanuts I can have peanuts. So I have like
Yeah.
sunflower
You can have
seeds,
penis?
peanuts,
Oh,
peanuts,
peanuts. Got it.
peanuts, not penis. Um, no, not peanuts. Yeah. So and other supplements for me to get the protein, and that's also the cause of reason like why I'm more exhausted, whatever it is. It's like I don't get as much proteins that I need
Yeah.
Yeah.
in my system. Now I
Hmm.
could cook the shit out of it, but
Yeah.
I can't eat it.
Yeah, I get it.
Like even when I'm in the grill, you see me
Hmm.
grill. I'm like cleaning that thing out before I put my chicken in there,
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Or I have a separate side where I put
So
my
you want
chicken,
to
my
cross
beef.
contaminate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you witnessed cross contamination.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes. So to answer your
Got it.
question, yes, I got bitten by that particular tick. Was it a tick? That caused
That
me not
fucked
to
you
eat.
up.
That
Got it. That
fucked
makes
me
sense
up.
now. All right.
Yeah, and then it's the same thing with beer. Not because I can digest it properly. It's so fatty and so much carbohydrates and gassy
The
that
gas.
I just
Yep.
can't hold it up. Like the other day, like yesterday, I had like two beers, two IPAs, whatever it is. I had to slow down. I said, That's it. That's enough." And the rest of the day, I'm just swollen.
Yeah, burping,
I'm
farting.
just swollen, and I enjoy it. I just can't enjoy. I can't have a third one.
Yeah.
Because
You know
it's
what I'm saying?
great. There's no better feeling than having a nice cold beer on a hot day. That is like
Hot
one of
ass
the
But
day.
but
best
but this
feelings.
is
Yeah.
why when I go to Finback, I get the small one. So like, I know how
You
to.
get
Do a
the
flight. You do a
flights.
Yeah,
flights.
I get
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
flights, so I know how
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Stouts are different because it's not as hoppy, whatever it is. It's
Hmm.
more like malt.
Malt, yeah.
Yeah, so it's different. That's why I like stouts. Uh, I love IPAs. I just can't
The
have a
flavor of
third bottle.
IPAs are great.
I
I
just
like
can't have
IPAs.
a third can. So if I'm hanging out
Well,
with
no.
you,
Well, when we go to our concerts and stuff, we could clear out like a 24 or 32 pack of IPAs.
oh
Yeah,
We've
it's
yeah, we
done
mainly
that,
can.
but
Alex.
that's like throughout the
We
whole
have
day.
It's
done, but
mainly Alex. That's why.
no, no, no. It'd be funny. Alex come Ray pre-game. It's me and
Yeah,
Joey,
it's being picked the whole
and
time.
then we stop,
Because
and
yeah,
then
we don't
Alex
drink
is
inside the
getting
concert.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Alex keeps going. Me and
He
Vic
still
just
goes
cut it
going,
off.
but if you notice, between each drink, what I drink
Yeah,
water.
Yeah.
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 So like I get water down, whatever it is, and then when we go to Dave Matthews concert, when I get lost, the reason I fucked up is not because I'm drinking. I'm
Just
stopped
because you're
drinking for
high.
like an hour already. It's the smoke around me that eludes my brain.
Contact.
Yeah.
So that's how
Um,
yeah. So my shit is been, that's how I transitioned. But then after that, I moved into wines.
yeah, I love wines, man.
I got into wines, not the good wines.
Uh,
No good
table
wines.
You like the
wines?
box wines?
No, not even, dude.
There are some good box wines. To knock it
Not
out.
even
Oh
boxed
God,
wines,
no.
dude. I got I would get the jug, the gallon jug of Carlo Rossi.
You
Oh,
like to smack the bag of the one.
those are you make with sangria with, bro. You don't
Sangria,
drink
yeah.
that.
And that's how I learned wines. And I would drink that shit. And it was, I got a jug. I got a jug of wine. I'm drinking my wines. And I would drink that shit. Wake up the next morning with a pounding fucking headache. Not know why.
Do you know why?
No why.
Let me explain why.
It's the
Ready?
sugars.
Oh
It's
yeah.
the
No, no, no.
fucking
It is the
sugars. It's the
sugars.
sulfites.
You didn't let it breathe long
Oh
enough.
yeah. How
No,
much breathing? You could let a $9, a $9.99, a $9.99 jug of
Wait. First of
Carlo
all,
Rossi breathe
jug.
for
I
3 weeks,
have
and it's still gonna kill you.
I have proven Joey wrong. He thinking, oh, more expensive bottle of wine is great.
No.
I have presented him $10 bottle wines, $15 bottle wines, was rated 93. It's like, oh no, it's $10. Like, dude, open up,
And
let
not
it
know the
sit,
difference.
drink it. He's like, holy shit, Victor.
Yeah, wines are
Yeah.
different.
Completely
No.
different.
Wines are all bullshit.
And then the regions,
You
you
got
could
to know your
taste the
regions.
regions.
Yeah.
You gotta know your
Like
regions.
the
Yeah.
most I'll pay for a bottle of wine is 25, 30
No,
bucks
dude, I had
tops.
spent. Me and Joey has
Not
had
shit.
drinking
Yeah. A lot of
two
wine.
bottles of wine that cost $90 a piece in one day.
Yeah.
Fuck
One
that.
sitting. In
Or
So
like
grape
6
juice.
hours.
I
Or
have
fucking grape
brought.
juice.
No,
I
it tastes like water. That's the
so
I'm
dangerous
sure.
thing.
so there's a Doors wine. It's called port, a port wine, right?
Oh no,
Dows.
you lost me.
Dows,
No,
Dows.
no, I can't fuck with port
No.
wines.
Wait,
They're
so
way too
so
sweet for me.
it's sweet, but
No,
Nah, I
that's
don't
an
feel like
after
the
dinner.
Dows
That
is that
no,
sweet.
no,
ports are that's
no.
an
So
after
Dows.
dinner.
So,
That's an after dinner wine for me.
but
It's a dessert wine.
it is a
Ugh,
dessert
It
ugh,
wine.
is.
I can't drink
But
that shit.
here you go. But here you go. I have brought a 10-year, 15-year, and a 20-year. So I brought it to Joey when we drank this, and he's drinking. He's like, "Oh, this is great." It's like, "Yeah." It's like it's different flavor for profile. Okay, yeah, drink it. I'm looking at him. He's like, "Oh, another one." I'm looking at him like another one. I'm like, "All right." I look at him like,
You killing my
"Do you
expensive
know
ass
how
wine.
much you're drinking right now?" It's like, "No, I'm drinking wine." From the bottle. It's like, "All right." It's like, "You know what? This is great. Let me check this out. How much it is?" $90. He looked at me. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, you drank a fucking bottle, $90 bottle of wine right now in front of my face."
That stuff, I need to get some of that port. That
The thing
port's
is,
delicious.
when you find it, you have to buy it. And there was
Yeah.
only one bottle left. They are increasing that price. They are purposely short marketing it. Like
Yeah.
the
They
only
keep one
Yeah,
on
you
the
can't
shelf,
find
and
that
as soon as
anywhere.
that one comes off the shelf, they put another one on.
Yeah.
no, dude, try to find it, bro.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
hard to find.
it
It's a
is
hard
hard to
Yeah.
find.
can't
And
find.
then
It's like Buffalo
Yeah.
Trace.
it's like one day is $60. Okay. You come back 2 days, 2 weeks later, that price
75.
goes up to $85, $90. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no,
It's what
that's
it
that's
is.
some good stuff. That port
Especially
one.
you're hard to find the 20-year-old one. You're not gonna find it. It's 20 or 25.
20, I
20-ish.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, ish one.
Yeah, that's impossible to find. Because I did find the 10-year. I think that's the most I've seen.
Yeah. And I have a 15-year-old bottle one in my house right now. I have waiting for you to pick and start doing whatever it is. I actually got that for your father.
Okay.
So
We gotta drink it.
yeah, I gotta drink. Yeah, you bring father out so we could drink it.
Cool.
So
Yeah,
after wines, I moved over to bourbons, and I'll tell you, I can tell you exactly when.
that's a good transition, bro. Wines and bourbons.
From
Actually,
wines, I
wine and
moved in.
cognac would be the perfect transition.
Mm.
Well, no. See, I drank cognacs, but it was not a good one. It was Hennessy.
Oh
Of
God.
course.
My cognac phase was Hennessy, because that's when I was like, now at that point, that's when I was clubbing and I was partying and
That
shit.
was the popular bottle in
I
the
was the
club.
shit in the club,
Yeah.
because it
Yeah.
also served as a fucking as a weapon, because you could use it as a club if some asshole decided to like pop shit with you. You can, lay his ass out with them. But I I drank Hennessy for a bit. That was like a go-to. And for me, it wasn't like anything special. It was just like, oh, here, let me get a little Hennessy. Fuck, this is so shit, but everybody drinks it, and every time I take a sip, my nostrils clear because it's so
Yeah.
brutal. So, so it was more so like drinking for the sake of the fact that everybody fucking drank the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It was the popular drink.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like I got put onto bourbons when it was my first underwriting job. It was at Merchant Capital Access when they
Mm-hmm.
were in Melville on 110. And I got put onto it during the Christmas party
Mm-hmm.
when we did the like not the Secret Santa, we did the white elephant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody put in a gift set of Woodford.
Nice.
And I pulled I pulled the box and whatever, and nobody took it from me. And at that point, I really wasn't familiar with bourbons. And the guy who put it in was just like, he was like, do you like bourbons? I was just like, I honestly never had it. To me, it was just a bottle of liquor. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take that. And he was like, no, it's a really nice, it's a really nice bourbon. It's good. You'll enjoy it. It's nice. It's a little smoky. It's, good starter to get you kind of in there and enjoy it. And since then, Woodford, as you guys know, has always been my go-to bourbon because
Yeah.
it just I enjoy it so much.
That was your introduction to
Yeah.
bourbon.
So bourbons, Woodford was always my introduction was my introduction, and until this day, I enjoy Woodford. And to me, it's a great, well-rounded bourbon.
Mm,
So
mm.
from there, I transitioned into other bourbons, your Eagle Rares, your
Right.
fucking Kentuckys, Jack, I stayed away from. If I the only
But
time
have
I
you
ever
ever
had
had Gentleman's Jack?
No, the only Jack that I ever
What?
had, the only time I had Jack was if we were doing shots when I was on the road with the boys
Yeah,
wrestling. It was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, oh, we're
But
doing
dude,
shots. What are we
Yeah,
Gentleman's
drinking? It's
Jack is
Jack.
yeah.
Shots
great.
of Jack.
That's number 7. German Jack is not considered a bourbon, but is
It's so
should
good. It's
be.
a great sipping
You
whiskey.
gotta try
Yeah,
Gentleman Jack
I'll
and
give it a
Single
shot.
Barrel.
I'll give it a
Gentleman
shot.
Yeah,
Jack
single barrel
I've
is
had
pretty good.
single barrel. I've had single
Okay.
barrel.
Gentleman
Uh,
Jack, trust me, you're
That's
gonna
my
love
favorite
it.
Jack Daniels is the
It's
Gentleman's
ice,
Jack.
just
yeah,
Yeah.
ice.
Yep.
That's
Just
it.
I'll
ice.
give it a
That's all you
shot.
need.
So
They
so
sell it at BJ's and Sam's, so I'll
Yeah,
pick it
it's
up over the
yeah.
delicious.
weekend.
So Joey, what was your transition besides weed to drinking?
Yeah, because growing up, I was never a drinker. Like going to parties, I didn't drink. I smoked the whole time.
I wasn't a smoker.
I
I was an athlete, like my
yeah.
whole fucking life. So like, I was just like, I can't smoke. I'll never be able to breathe when I'm running or doing
Well,
this or
I
doing
kind
that.
of did
So
both, playing soccer and hockey. I
Jesus,
was smoking and doing those sports. But yeah, I wasn't a big drinker up until maybe like till I got introduced to maybe in college. But even college, I was like never going out and getting bombed, doing kegs and all that. I mean, I was occasional. I still was smoking every now and then, but I
Is when you
guess
met
like
me.
no, I mean COVID. Like even when we used to go out pre-COVID, I would just
Yeah,
get whatever everyone is getting, just get hammered as quick as I could. Like
that's true.
that's why like the Patron with Juan. Like I was a big Patron,
oh,
the
Well,
Modelo's, Coronas, whatever.
Modelo's,
yeah,
yeah, I could do
I didn't really
Modelo's.
I could do
care. It was
Modelo's. Yeah.
just like it was just liquor and beer for me. Like I didn't care. And then COVID came around. Like everyone else was bored as out of their mind. So I'm like, I'm gonna pick up a few bourbons
Let's start
and just
experimenting and
yeah,
try
exactly.
shit.
And
Yep,
yep. And that's what
Yeah, and then
that's
you
how
and
it
me
happened.
hang out. Like, all right, let's try this
Yeah,
bottle.
and
Let's
then
try
we
this.
strange
yeah,
shit.
me
Yep.
and you hang out more often. We just tried all these different spirits and all that, and then that's how I got into all bourbon. But I was a big wine person because I grew up on wine.
Yeah, sort of.
Every all
Yeah,
my family parties, that's all I had was wine. So like wine was always in the family. Like I didn't even consider that a drink. It was like mandatory for dinner and all that. So
Hmm.
yeah. I mean,
and,
there's a lot of people out there like, oh, I can't drink because I'm this. I'm like, do you understand? Back in biblical times, water was more dirtier. They drank
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm like, come on, no.
no. They didn't drink wine. They drank grappa.
Grappa. No, no, yeah.
Grappa was the shit that they drank.
So I'm like, you know, I appreciate a good drink because it helps you relax and just be
yeah.
yourself. It's like it
So
actually comes out the true person. Now, it also comes out
The
what you're
asshole.
the
You're
asshole.
in asshole.
Yes, if you're in that vibe and whatever is
Hmm.
going through. But it also, helps you. Sorry, I'm coughing in the damn podcast. To apologize. But it's good to just to have a good drink and have a conversation.
yeah.
But Joe, I'm sorry.
What do you prefer? Like if all right, a question for the both of you. Your last drink on the face of the earth, what would it be?
It'd be wine.
Yeah, I think I would have to pick wine too.
It'd be wine for
Only
me.
because it's so tasty. Like the best wine that you could get. That's what I'm ordering.
Rojas. It has to be Spaniard wine.
Well,
Has to be
I would
Spaniard.
take. I mean, it's gonna be my last wine. I want the most like the hardest wine that you could find.
There's only two wines that two regions that has blown me off. Like rephrase that has blown my
Blown you
has
away.
has
That blew you.
have had expired me. Um, is Chilean wine and Spaniard wine. I do
Yeah.
love
I like Chilean wines.
I do love my California wines. I do love the wines that they make here in Jersey and Long Island and upstate. I enjoy it.
I kind of
But
like all of them though, because
but the
each has a different
profile,
personality
yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly. But the profile and the boldness from a Spaniard wine and Portuguese and to a wine from Chile, it's just a
Would
different
you consider it's
body.
Okay.
more, I don't, would it
You
be
want
more
to know what I
spice in
compare
it?
that difference to
It's a
and that
little, it's a
variation
body.
of
It's the dirt. Whatever is growing. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
you want to know how I can relate to that variation from region to region and country to country. You may not get it, Vic, but Joe, you might. Um, Look at like sausage
Yeah, yeah.
from different regions of the world.
Yeah.
Like your Italian sausage versus
Hungry or
Portuguese
Polish. Yep.
sausage versus, Mexican chorizo. It's all sausage, it's all pork,
Yep.
but the flavor difference has a lot to do with the region of where this pig was raised and bred and what it was fed on.
Mm-hmm.
What is fed, more importantly, yeah.
That's the difference.
It's a huge difference.
Yep.
It's a flavor
But
profile.
you know what's
Hmm.
crazy also about wines is like wines is so unique that like each year, think of it, they make a wine every year. That's why they put the year. That
Hmm.
Hmm.
year could have a rainy season. It could be a dry
Yeah.
season. It could have
Yeah.
like a few years ago, California got snow. Well, you're getting bottles that have been affected by
I've been
snow.
affected
So
by
each
weather.
like year,
And
it's unique. I
fire.
like it. Yeah, it's yeah. So you never
Yeah.
know. It's all different. That's why I like wines. It's unique about wines. With bourbons, it's hard with that because bourbon's all in barrels, so it's like
No, no, no,
aging.
it's not. With bourbon and with
The
scotch,
grain.
it's the grain and the
Yeah, that Joe.
charcoal and the charcoal they use and how they are charcoaling and burning the barrels,
Smokiness, yeah.
still smoking on it. Is it too smoky? They might mess up
Yep.
one batch, whatever it is. Like people have different profiles of the technique, and that's fine. Like there's millions and millions and millions of people around the world, and they have a different palate. Not
Yep.
every palate's the same. We might all drink the same gin, but we might have different experiences
Oh yeah, or
of
different
of
tastes,
of,
yeah.
of that gin. Now, you might have someone that has a sinus issue, so therefore their taste buds might be much grand and
Or a
whatever it is.
smoker, you don't really
Yeah.
taste what you don't if you're a
So
smoker, you don't get the
Yeah.
taste buds.
so so a good maker will understand that and try to blend it well, and that will make the amateur to the pro. But it also, like, the most exclusive and the most expensive don't give a shit. They have the name. So they gonna
Yeah.
put out some shit like, oh, here's the name, here's the brand, and whatever. Like cigars, like Aston Martin. What was it? So cigar that the something Martin, the fucking like $300 cigar, whatever it is, and that people smoked it, it's like it's shit. It's it's it's
Yeah.
it's, it's the name that you're buying. Like I don't care for the name. If I heard good reviews at it and I see that the grading is over like 85, you know what? I'm going to try it,
Yep.
and I'm going to see what's it about. Because I bought wines that cost $120 a bottle. It was okay. And I bought wines that cost $15 a bottle that outperformed that $120 bottle
Mm.
Hmm.
because of the full flavor, you know? And how you let it breathe, how you filter it, it all comes to
Yeah.
play, you know.
Wags, if your last drink on the face of the earth, what would it be?
Absinthe.
Absinthe.
Yeah, man.
Really, that would be your final drink, the way you go out.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Why
that is
absinthe?
interesting.
I'd have one last night with the Green Fairy.
Okay.
I never had that.
It's
Never tried
harsh.
it.
It's
I
not
don't
a
think I
drink
No,
want
no,
it.
that.
no, no. So, all right. So, absinthe is you got to know how to drink absinthe, and there's a couple
Yeah.
different ways to do it. So, you can, if you're gonna have absinthe in the traditional way, you have absinthe is an extremely fucking high proof spirit.
Yeah.
So it's like drinking rubbing
It's
alcohol.
right up
It's
there
like
with it.
80%, right?
No, it's
Just about.
more.
In the
Like
morning,
a
8%.
good absinthe, or like look up lucid absinthe.
Like 110, are we talking
It's
about?
up there with fucking like I don't think it's as bad as like in Everclear, but it's fucking
But
brutal.
that's what it tastes like. It tastes like rubbing
Yeah,
alcohol. You don't
yeah.
really get any
You
flavor out
don't.
of
Yeah, it smells great, but when you go to fucking drink it, if you're gonna do a straight shot of it, I wouldn't recommend it. It'll fuck you. You'll probably get it down, and you're probably gonna end up throwing
I
up.
can't do it, bro. I love you, but that's one thing I can't do.
So what you do is the
Oh,
the the proper way to have an absinthe is to have it with what's called a Cynthiana. It's an
okay.
absinthe fountain. And an absinthe fountain is basically like look at it as it's like like a vase, a crystal vase that
Right.
has ice in it and it's got water in it with a little bit of a dripper, a drip system. So there's a little bit of a small little faucet at the bottom of it, and you turn it. So that faucet is going to drip water, right? So here's what you do. You pour like I think it's like a shot, one shot of absinthe into a glass, and then you get an absinthe spoon that you hold across the top of the glass, and then you take
Flip
one
it.
sugar cube. Your sugar cube sits on top. The drip drips over the sugar, and then what's going on is the water is diluting the absinthe itself. So what you're looking for is what's called a louche. So what happens is the absinthe goes from green. If it's a good absinthe, it'll turn into like a cloudy, milky fluid.
Hmm.
That's how you know you have a good absinthe.
Is that what you get at the
The
your Wednesday
speakeasy.
nights, the speakeasy?
No, I don't have it like that because they don't have a Cynthiana. So what I do is I have a Sazerac. It's a Louisiana cocktail. Sazerac is a spritz. What they'll do is they'll pour like a teaspoon of absinthe into the glass. They'll swirl it around. They'll light it on fire to burn off the alcohol,
Okay.
and then they add bourbon, uh, bitters, sugar water, and then when you have it and they present it to you, what you're getting is the burned off uh absinthe, which is a really aromatic spirit. And then the lemon, the citrus, all of that. So it's a really nice drink, but you're still getting some of the alcohol because it's so high proof that even when they burn it off, by the time that they burn it off, there's still a lot of alcohol in it.
Mm.
So it's a really high proof drink and it hits hard. But that bitterness from the hard quote from the pure absinthe is already a lot of that has been burned off. So you don't get that harsh flavor as if you were to just do a straight shot of absinthe. I wouldn't recommend
What
it
was your
like that.
first time having absinthe?
The
Absinthe.
the,
Absinthe.
the speakeasy
Speaking. Oh, the
Really?
one in Floor Park.
back home, yeah,
Okay.
Wow.
back home. And then there used to be a place in Manhattan called okay, it was an absinthe bar, and if you went there, you kind of wanted to be there. You had to buy a ticket because there was kind of like a show. It was called Sleep No More. Um,
Yeah.
Literally, too.
and it was like in like a three-story building, and you kind of had to like there was like a thing to it. You kind of like went from floor to floor and from room to room. So like if you went into the elevator and you went to the second floor, oh, backtrack. If you went with a group, they split everybody up because they
Gotcha.
want everybody to have a slightly different experience.
Experience.
It
Mm.
starts on the bottom floor, which is an absinthe bar, and they have you drink absinthe and enjoy yourself and whatever, and they have it in a very palatable format.
I wonder if this bar is still
Holy
here.
shit. So it's 90 to 148 proof.
There you go.
Damn. Is that bar still in Manhattan? I wonder if it
I
I
is.
don't
don't
think so.
know.
That'd
Let's
be pretty cool experience to go to.
Yeah.
so it was really cool because what would happen is if you went and you start at the bottom, right?
Hmm.
You would go and let's say you take the let's say you take the elevator to, you're gonna take this elevator to floor number one
Right.
or number two or whatever. You're gonna go and you get out and you walk out. If you go into one room on that floor, you could enter one room and there's like a murder scene.
That's a French wine. It came from
France.
Switzerland and France.
Yeah. And then there's a
Not
variation
wine.
which is called pastis.
So
Uh
the French made this.
yeah.
And Switzerland
Okay.
And at
and
one
the
point it
Swiss.
was outlawed because of the hallucinogenic properties.
Yeah.
So then you
Interesting.
would go into one room and there could be like a murder scene going on or
This is
whatever.
why you like Jägermeier or whatever the shit called.
And like if somebody else would go to another floor, you would like come out of the elevator and there'd be like literally a butt naked guy running through the
I'm
hallway.
like, that's like one step
They're gonna
away
be
of
in,
dropping acid.
yeah. And
I
then
guess
if
that's what the whole experience is about, though.
is yeah, and then
But
Yeah.
if you
you don't get
and then
that
you
from drinking this, though. That's
no
the
no no
thing.
no no. You would have to drink a
I see the
ridiculous amount
spoons. Hold on.
But
Yeah.
what came with the
to get
story
that.
with that you could see stuff? I'll
Yeah,
wait until you
it
finish your
had it
story.
had to do with the fact that there was wormwood and thujun in the herbs that made it, which had hallucinogenic
Look at that.
properties
Right,
to
Okay.
it.
right here. Yeah, yeah. This is right here. This is the herbs you're talking about.
Yeah.
So the origin is Switzerland. That's actually first, then France. I'm assuming France has the more floral aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it talks the history about it. This is very interesting. Like I had
Yeah.
it one time, and I'm like, nope.
I've never had it, never experienced it, but I
No.
want to try it. If I'm gonna have it, I'll have it with Wagner.
But
I
I
I've
mean,
I've had the I
never
like
had it
the
in the way that he explained it on the whole vase looking thing. That
Yeah.
I never had it that in that format. Obviously, code, being code is the thing. I just had it straight.
you can have a variation of it without the fountain at a bar. What they'll
And
do
this
is they'll
here's a
pour
spoon. You're talking
yeah,
about the
they'll
spoon.
pour a little bit into the glass. They'll still use the spoon. They'll melt the spoon down. They'll light it on fire, and what they'll do is right before it
Sugar.
burns out, they'll just pour like ice cold water into your glass to
You
dilute
know
it. So
what?
it gives you the same exact effect,
I
but
want to try it.
you don't have the presentation of the fount
I gotta try this too.
and all
We
that.
gotta try this. We gotta try this.
It's really
Yeah.
cool. I enjoy it, and
So is it your go-to
there's
final drink of the night? Like, because I know
yeah.
you tend to end your night
Yes,
with this.
that's my last drink of the night when I go downtown, because it hits hard. So it's just like, all right, if I'm chill or whatever, my last drink is something
So
that has absinthe in it, and then I drink it and I get the fuck out of there.
You're
Because
like,
so
because it by the time that I get to the house, it'll hit me.
so on your deathbed, that is the drink.
That's what I want. On my
Wine.
deathbed, I want somebody to put a fountain
For
next to my
me,
fucking bed and a glass of fucking
my
absinthe.
my deathbed is a bottle of Rojas from Spain.
mm, yep, bottle one, but from probably Italy.
Yeah. Yeah, I just you know what I just love wine, you
Yeah.
know. Um Something about it. I mean, for me it's more aspect of just the bottle of wine. There's the whole
Mine is growing up
price.
with wine. I grew up with
But
wine, so I love it so much.
yeah, I mean the whole
It's in my
biblical
blood.
aspect of it, but also just the flavor, just
Yeah.
sitting there. It's like, all right,
Unique.
it's unique. Like I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna drink this, and I'm gonna be chilled. And you know what? I'm calm. Something about wine, like muddles and filters everything. Like bourbon and gin,
Mhm.
I just overthink things. It has me thinking. It has me like, all right, what's the next step? I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking think. I don't want to
Wine
think.
with a good meal too. Oh, it's
That's
perfect.
it. Oh, a good fish. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Well, for me, red meat or a good
What is
pasta.
your last meal?
I'd have to go
Oh,
a steak. Easy.
What is your last meal?
for
My last
me,
meal is my
Porterhouse steak.
mother's number one cook. For me, it's a seafood platter. It's octopus, shrimp, lobster with patata, with yuca, and plátanos. over olive oil, red onions, and stuff like that. Like it's like a cold seafood salad with fish and whatever
A
it is.
But if it's your
smorgasbord.
last meal, you
Yeah.
could go for red meat. Yeah, you're gonna be
No,
dead
no, no,
anyway.
no, no.
So
That's the meal.
okay,
That's the meal that reminds me of home. I went to
yeah.
Puerto Rico. I had that. Oh,
Oh, at
like
that one place.
dude, I was tearing. My wife looked at me like, "Are you okay?" Like, do you understand? I haven't had this flavor and tasted this flavor like over 20 years when my mom last made it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's something. And for me, that it's comfort, it's
Hmm.
home, and it actually grounds me down to be like, this is good. You understand that that type of food was considered peasant food.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's just something about it. It's simple, doesn't need a lot of seasoning. The flavor of itself, it's
it's all of the
enough.
simplicity of how it's cooked and the
Yeah.
flavor,
Yeah.
just the clean flavor of it. Um, for me, oh man, it would.
Wag's the foodie here, so
Yeah,
this is
man, it's a
interesting.
hard one for me. I'm
He's gonna
tossed between
something
like,
about your mom made for you that you never gonna
yeah,
ever.
I would be tossed between like something that my mother made or like some kind of mind-blowing surf and turf,
Oh yeah,
you
man.
know, like a steak and lobster or some shit
Yeah.
like that, or like some astronomically amazing omakase.
Ah. Oh yeah, yeah. You love your
You know how much I
yeah,
love my sushi.
yeah, you do love your sushi. But what's that one meal that your mother make that you beg for her to make every single time you see her?
There's so many.
There's
There's
so
so
many.
many, dude. I can't not really shit down. My
But there's
mom,
this
I
one
love.
meal.
No, dude. Like we're already planning like meals that we're gonna have when I come down, and I'm only gonna be in town for like a day and a half.
Yeah, be put to work.
Yeah, man.
So like that, yeah, man. It's tough.
Sometimes like the most humblest meal, the most simplest meal will bring you to a world and imagine everything else that could never compare
Food,
because it's
I
so
don't know. I
simple.
think for me, a lot of things that have to do with like when it comes to food, I think food has to like invoke some kind of a memory
Yes.
in a lot of cases for you to
Mm.
really like enjoy it like on a very different level. And like Spanish food does that for me. But like my mom's food, like when I think about my mom's food, like I always think about like what went into making that meal, right? So
Hmm.
like with my family, a lot of it is based around tradition. And that tradition has always been like the gathering of a family
Hmm.
and who was involved, who was there, right?
Yeah.
So for me, like one of my fondest memories of like the family gatherings was always like the couple of days before Christmas when we're making tamales.
Yeah.
Yep. The
Because it's,
holidays.
yeah, the holidays. So like Christmas was a huge family gathering. The entire family gathers, the men, the women, the cousins, the aunts, nieces, cousins, like, the younger generation where we're starting to like put them on to our traditions and the process of what goes into us making the holiday meals, right?
Hmm.
And we always used to gather at my mom's house because my mom has had the biggest kitchen, and it was always like an assembly line. So like the men would were in charge of like stirring the masa because like that shit required muscle.
Yeah,
That
that's a
shit
lot of
required
work, bro.
muscle. And like the uncles would take turns. And my dad was short. My dad's still short as fuck. So my dad would have to get like a step stool and he would have to step and you have like this long ass paddle that's like a rowing oar. And you're moving it and you're moving it and you're moving it. And it's just like, all right, this shit's getting stuff. As the masa starts to like get thicker, it
Yeah.
gets harder. And that's when the younger guys like kick in. That's like when I would step in or my cousins would step in and then we would start taking over and like we would push and push. And it's just like, you got to move it, or it's going to burn on the bottom. You don't want to scorch it. You don't want to scorch it. So it's just like, cool, all right, cool, whatever you're doing, all right. And then like the women are like cutting up the perniles, the pork that's gonna go into the tamales. The little cousins are, wiping the plantain leaves or cutting the hoja de plátano, the hoja
Hmm.
de pastel.
Yeah.
Like my wife, she was in charge of like cutting the red peppers, the bell peppers that would go into it. In the meantime, like my mom and my sisters were making my sister was making the sauce,
Yeah.
the
It's
recado that would
exhausting, bro.
a lot of work. So like those are like some of my fondest memories. Like being in the kitchen with like the women of my family, because those were the women that taught me how to cook. Those were the women that taught me how to make food, and
Appreciate it.
I
Yeah.
appreciate what I enjoy doing now.
Hmm.
That's you guys seen my Instagram post and how much I don't give a shit if my food comes out like looking like shit. I just enjoy just to me like getting in the kitchen and making something to eat
Yeah.
is just like a release
I mean,
of just like my shitty day.
for me, it's like sharing my food. I
Yep.
remember the first time when I shared food with you, I made bacalao.
Oh, dude, it was so good.
Dude,
It was
he
so good.
ate
Next,
it.
dude, nigga, next time I come up, I want that again because it was really good.
So he ate it with my like
Mm,
smashed yuca, whatever. He ate
so
it.
good.
He
So
dropped the
good.
spoon. He came
So
and gave
good.
me a huge hug.
So good. Like it was a meal that just tasted like home, like
Yeah.
you could tell that this was a meal that was made in a house that like had time and like steps and had like tradition behind it,
Yeah, three
you
days of cleaning
know?
that damn freaking
Yeah,
bacalao,
yeah, I know. Like bacalao
dude.
takes a long time to get all that
Yeah,
salt off.
yeah.
So like you can enjoy that and you can taste that in the food, like how you feel, what your emotions are come out in your food. Like if I'm having a shitty day
Yeah, it comes out
and I
horrible. Yeah,
and I try to cook and make something, dude, I'm like this tastes like shit.
yeah. And then Joey always tries.
I try
My
not to cook if I'm in a shitty mood.
yeah, Joey always tried my barbecue.
Barbecue, dude.
Mhm.
Awesome.
And
Great.
not only him, it was like 40 other guys.
Yeah. And there's no leftovers
And then
either.
I mean,
Because
one
we eat
time,
it all.
and for your wedding, so I had Wagner and Alex come over. I was like, you know what? I have to make this breakfast, but I made it late night, and I planned it
Oh
out.
yeah.
It was the Inferno
Mhm.
eggs, whatever it
Yep.
was,
Just drunk food.
drunk
Drunk
food.
food.
Dude, I chopped it up, put it there.
Oh,
I'm like, all
so
right,
good.
cool. Put the whole thing, the whole pot, the hot pot in a wood plat, whatever it is.
Yep.
Left it there. It's all right. Here's your bread. It was like toasted
It was so
uh
good.
um um what is it, like French baguette,
Yep.
and just whip it up and like
It's
there
like
you
it's
go.
like a it's like a huevo ranchero
Yeah,
almost, like
yeah,
it's really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just love cooking because that's a way to show my appreciation.
Appreciation to people. Yeah, he feeds
You know,
somebody. Yeah.
feed somebody, and someone's like, okay, I want to eat.
Hmm.
It's cultural.
Yeah.
It's cultural, and for me, it's cultural. I mean, Joey, what's your last meal? What's your last drink?
Well, my last drink would be, of course, wine. My last meal, it would probably be a good steak. I mean, I love red meat, so and if the steak is cooked well, seasoned well, but I mean,
There's
seafood.
something in your childhood that you say this I have to have. Like for
I
me,
mean, in
it's
my
my
child, I was growing up watching sports and playing outside. Like when dinner came, that was like around the
there's like
whatever.
one meal that reminds you like
What's that one
this.
meal that just like
It would have to be
that
some Italian dish.
hits a certain memory that like just is a special one for you?
My
What's your
grandmother's.
grandmother? Yeah.
She still makes kibasi every year. She still
Okay.
does it. Makes it by scratch. It's still very good. It's a homemade recipe that's been passed down from generation to generation, and it's really good. I mean that's probably my special food. But is it my favorite? No, but I always look forward to it. It's
Hmm.
pretty
But see,
damn good.
yeah, it's not your favorite, but it's always the meal
Oh yeah,
that
kibasi.
will center you, like who you are, what identifies of who's Joey, who's Victor, who's Wagner, right? For
Yep.
me, obviously I love seafood. I love all this stuff. You know, duck confit, all that. I'll eat that all day long if I can.
Yeah.
So
right?
my father and
But
my brother are they're going down to my grandmother's this weekend because she preps it weeks in advance because she freezes it. Then when she needs a cookie, she breaks it out the day
yeah,
of. But yeah, because she makes it every Easter, every Christmas.
yeah. See, for me is that cold salad of the octopus, the shrimp, the
Mm.
Hmm.
lobster,
Hmm.
and with the patata, the yuca, and the platanos and the potatoes. Because my mother, because A, it's expensive, so my mother only made that only once a year.
Yeah.
So, and then when she did made it, I was like, all right, this is
Yeah, just like
something you have to
you
eat.
only have this so
But
often.
that she didn't make one small tray. She used to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
trays and
Trays of
trays
it.
and trays, and we have like 40 people or more coming to the house. But she always makes sure I have my one for me. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
plate for you. Yep.
Oh, dude. With the extra virgin olive oil on that. Oh
Mm.
man, that with Malta because we Puerto Rican,
Oh,
half Puerto Rican the Malta.
Mm.
Yeah, no, you can't shit because last thing you have Malta, you
I
shit
had
your
one.
brains out.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, ugh.
I
Having
mean that
flashbacks. I'm having the flashbacks
you
to
know
that big ass shit I
it,
took.
it's just it's a thing about when I went to Puerto Rico, you know, growing up, you guys know I was distant myself of my heritage for a
Yeah.
lot of reasons. Because I didn't know my family very well, very estranged. Like I'm the only one, right? But I went there and I really, really appreciate the culture and how they treat people and how just they show their love in the food. And dude, I was blown away. I was really blown away. I had a great experience. And when I had that meal, it was like my mom was alive again
Hmm.
cooking that for me. That's how I feel. I'm sad right now thinking about it, but that's how I felt. That's how I felt.
Yeah, that's cool.
um, one more drink. We gotta get some ice.
I have no drinks on me.
Drink water, fucker. I got an ice cube right here.
All right. Oh, you have to figure it out.
Yeah,
Give me
he's
one
got the little
second.
ice.
I'll be back because I didn't get some ice. I'm
Yeah,
I
I'll
asking
be
my
stole this
back
dish
too.
from the hotel.
I'll be back.
Oh, I didn't pause it. Just you guys walked away. Oh, now I gotta edit this shit. Oh, sorry about that. We
What'd you
just
say?
walked away. Yeah, I didn't pause it. I just walked
Oh, I
away and have
thought
you
you
guys
did.
talk. No.
You have to edit that out then.
I gotta edit that out. That's fine. It's fine. But we're still alive. Oh, in a sense. Yeah, man. I love Puerto Rico, bro. We have to go.
I'd
Actually,
like to. I'd like to go there.
yeah, I talked to D. She will. She's so game to go in Mexico or whatever with you and your wife.
Group group vacay.
Yeah,
I
man.
might actually be going to Mexico for not this June. That's coming next June.
Okay.
For a cousin's wedding.
Mexico, where, man?
I think he's getting married at the Hard Rock.
But now you need to get
A
that
visa.
the visa.
Yeah. My fucking passport's expired. I gotta get that shit renewed.
You better get it renewed quick.
Yeah. So now what's the process now? Like you gotta
It's like
apply
15
for a
minute. Yeah, like
visa
15 minute.
like how long before you actually book your flight
You
or
should do
whatever.
like a month in advance or 2 months in
Yeah.
advance. Yeah, you can
So how
apply
do you
that.
do that? Like do you do it
Um,
through your travel agent? Like when if you're
no, no,
doing it
no.
online, or do you get like
Online with Department of State, I believe.
what's
Yeah,
interesting?
yeah. It's not only it's not only like I'm not sure what the requirements for Canada
Hmm.
because I plan to go to Canada soon with the family. But yeah, it is what it is. Not only that, it's all the countries too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just it's fair.
I
You
get
know,
it.
you can't expect we require the same thing here for
Mm-hmm.
everybody else. Might as well,
Yeah, it's reciprocal.
Yeah, but yeah, I want to go back. To be honest, I'm actually looking at properties out there to retire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd love to retire in Italy.
you could buy it right now.
I
I
know I
mean,
get a little.
we
you
I
could
can buy
know.
all
you can buy very cheap in Italy right
in
now.
Yeah.
Sicily right now. Like
It's
seriously,
just yeah,
matter of
it's gonna be
fact,
in the mountains, but
I have a
Yeah.
bungalow that we could all buy right now.
what's it cost me?
I could call my friend Christina and see how much she's selling it for.
Oh. And then they pay us, right? For
Yeah,
for
so
this
that's
shit. I
different.
forget
So
how
like
that works.
so there's a lot of properties that's been vacant because generations has passed away and is
Yeah.
left there. It's different in the States. You pay your taxes
Fuck.
up
I got
front.
a problem, guys.
What?
I'm all out.
Oh,
All out of the monkeys.
I
save the
just
bottle.
I'm all I don't have 47 monkeys no more. I have zero monkeys at this point.
Yeah, zero monkeys. Yeah, so um if you buy a property that needs to develop, they will defer taxes, actually give you money, but they want you to be
Visit
there.
every 6 months,
Yeah,
I
you gotta
believe.
be there.
Yeah, every
That's
six
the
months
thing.
you're required.
It all depends where. I know Crete
That's Greece though.
in Greece has it, Italy, Spain, Korea is having it as well, Japan as well is having
I
it.
want to go to Japan. That's another country I want to
Um,
go to.
Dude,
I've never
I
been.
wanted to go to Japan. I tried so
It's
hard
cheap
to make
now.
my way to Japan when I was wrestling
Yeah, man, that'd
because
be like.
it was just so common for
I
like a
mean,
lot of the guys to do time
It's
in
cheap to go to
Japan.
Japan now. Like
I mean,
I want to go there.
would that be like an awesome like dudes travel for you go to Japan to see like a wrestling match or
Oh
competition out
yeah.
there?
I want to go to Japan. I want to see the sumo.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's what I
sumo
want to say.
wrestling.
I want to see
Sumos
the
are
sumo.
sick.
But
I want to
I
see the
would be
sumo.
excited with their food. Like their food is crazy good.
It depends. So
I'm sure they have really good
so
fish
there's
and all that.
variation. The food varies from island to island. So like the food in Kyoto is different from like how it is in Tokyo, where it's more commercialized. And so
Right.
like if you're like in like a
Well, that's
big
like New York
populous
City
city
compared to like
to like
Florida or
compared to like
well,
Long Island or compared
right.
to like
Yep.
being
Yeah.
in a more industrial area where it's, it's going to be more fast
You
food
get
and
Yeah.
all the
shit. Like
tourists
it's very
there.
different.
It all depends. Like food outside the US and like let's say food like in Japan, multicultural. It's not about the season. They do season, but they season to highlight the actual item what they are presenting.
Protein. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like oh you taste the garlic or no, it's
Yeah,
about
yeah.
tasting the meat. It's about
Yeah.
tasting the
Yeah.
chicken. It's about tasting the fish. For me, if I go out there, I'm not fucking ordering chicken.
So
Straight out
I
fish.
have a tough time with Asian food, depending on the region, only because like I notice like for me like Asian cuisine is like heavily sauced,
Yes,
Mm.
yes.
and a lot of the times, and for the most part in Asian culture, a lot of those fucking sauces tend to be sweet, which I don't like.
Sweet.
Aren't they high in salt too?
Yeah. Well,
It's weird. I never find it sweet. That's a weird. That's a
look
weird
at like
description.
a for example look at like a sesame chicken or a General
Got you.
Tso's. Like those are like those sweet sauces like that.
But that's Americanized
If you
Asian
get
food. That's not a
Yeah,
traditional
that's not
food.
over there.
That's
in
not over
Asia
there.
too though, like if you go and you say you order a whole fish, they have it's a whole fish on a platter and it's just drenched in some kind of fucking sauce. So I don't want to taste the sauce.
What
I'm okay with having the sauce on the side. I rather taste the fish,
I got you. I'm with you with
you
that
know?
100%. There's a Chinese restaurant that Dan and Karen took us for Dan's birthday in Fort Lee. Dude,
Well, that's a
dude.
big Asian Korean
Yeah, but it's
hub.
like in the mall, whatever it is.
Right.
It's phenomenal. And I get you. I have eaten like traditional Asian Cantonese food,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in
Or
Chinatown.
Szechuan.
Yeah, Szechuan, like straight
Yeah,
out
they're just very heavily
traditional,
sauced.
but they serve it on this. You sit down with a group of people, whatever it is, and there's this board,
Hmm.
and you pass it out because Asian food, like Hispanic food and
It's about
Italian
family.
food, it's family tradition. It's
Yeah.
not like the American nights.
It's
Oh,
the
here's your
gathering.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you all share the plate,
It's
dude.
family style, essentially. It's family style.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I
enjoy
have a
it.
hard
Like
time with dishes like that that are just like overly sauced. But
Well, that's the American way.
but
That like I
that's
bet you
yeah.
probably don't find that over there.
But I love Indian food, which is another
oh
heavily sauced cuisine.
Yeah, and
oh
very
But
yeah,
spicy.
those sauces have very bold flavors and they're savory.
my
So for me,
favorite
it's more
food.
so about having savory versus having, if I'm having a dinner, I don't want to have sweet because to me, sweet kind of correlates with a dessert.
All right, what
You
one
know?
question here? Um, my favorite food, obviously, obviously, we Latino like Latino food, but
Hmm.
I love Mediterranean, Turkish.
Also, do
Oh, I
I.
love Mediterranean. Oh
So do
my
I.
That
God.
is my
It's so good.
absolute favorite
Yeah.
food. There's a
Oh,
restaurant by me called Antioch. I gotta take you guys there when you come up here, but I definitely gotta take you and Chris there. Called Antioch. It's a
it's a Greek food.
it's
Mediterranean
Turkish
Greek.
and Greek
Oh,
Turkish.
dude.
Mediterranean food.
I'll say so like
Love
the
that food.
kofka,
Yeah, it
the
is.
kofka and the kebab.
Yeah,
That's
it
I
is
like that.
my absolute favorite food. And people are like, oh, but you're Latino. I'm like, do you
It's
understand?
similar. It's so
I'm like,
similar. It's just
I
I
bold
feel
mean,
like the
flavors and
Mediterranean
rice.
Greek are a little, it's lighter.
yeah,
Like the
no, no,
food is much lighter.
it all depends
It
because
depends, but I feel like it's
they're not
lighter though.
heavy in pork because of the
Right.
Muslim
Yeah.
Mm.
tradition there. But do you understand that the Ottoman dynasty was control of Spain for 400 years? That's how we got our language. A lot of the foods that we eat in the Caribbeans and South America, Mexico, it's a whole different region, right? It's more like the native, right?
That's not true. There's Arab influence
Yeah, I
in
mean
Central
they
American. That's
yeah,
where Al Pastor came from. If you
yeah,
look
I
at
mean
it, it's the fucking it's similar to a gyro.
yeah, I mean
That's
it
it's
is,
called
but
they're called
yeah,
tacos árabes.
yeah, but you guys have a more of a native traditions in your
Yes,
food
it's more
versus
yes,
the
indigenous.
Caribbeans and South American, which South American
Hmm.
has they native as well. Most
Hmm.
of the Caribbeans, that's how we got our language.
Yeah.
You know, the whole pateles, agburia, that's all Middle Eastern.
Hmm.
So that's where the region, even the way we drink our coffee, that's Middle Eastern. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that is my absolute favorite food. Like,
What, Vic,
like
what's the
if
name of the
I didn't marry
restaurant
a
again?
Latina, I would marry like a Persian Middle Eastern lady. What happened?
What's the name of this restaurant?
Antioch in Inglewood.
Oh, an Angling.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, phenomenal. You
I'm looking
got
this up right now.
you gotta go, dude. It never fails.
Oh, here, Antioch.
Bring your own bottle of wine, whatever it
Oh,
is.
it's a BYOB.
BYOB. It is phenomenal every
Pulling it up right
We
time.
now.
gotta go there. I see kebabs. Oh man. All right, we
Dude,
gotta go here
On
then.
Palisades Ave.
it's in Palisade Ave,
Palisades Ave.
Antioch. Hold on, Antioch in Inglewood, New Jersey. I'm not sure where it
Looks
is.
like looks like a nice
Yes,
big
Palisade
place.
Ave. Yeah.
Oh, a nice wine bar there. I see it.
Oh, they have a lot of whatever. The brak kebab, the way they do it is
Oh, that
is so
kebab
good.
looks good. Look at that fish.
It is so good, bro.
It's a
I'm
whole
telling
fish.
you,
I like whole fish.
it is so.
I'd eat here. Absolutely eat here.
Turkish meatballs, they look delicious.
So
They,
I've never had I have a very like wide palate.
yeah.
Like I'm not shy about food. I'm very much you motherfuckers know me. I'll eat anything.
Hmm.
I'll eat a pig's ass if they cook it right. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, you
Um,
have.
yeah, I have my wrestling days. Um, but um, no, like I've my parents taught us like different foods, and culturally, we also eat a lot of weird shit. But like dude, like I love like Pakistani food.
Oh yes,
I love Pakistani food.
yes,
I'm not
but not
talking
too
like
spicy.
I'm
But
not
the
talking
halal,
like, halal rice and chicken from a cart. No, like I'm
Yeah,
talking like,
halal guys.
no, that's
the
not what I'm
halal guys is
talking
great, bro. We
Yeah,
can't,
I
we
know.
can't. Yeah,
That's good drunk food though.
That's drunk food. Like that's street, that's street food. I'm talking like traditional. Like I like
yes.
that food. That's a great cuisine.
One of my friends, he's Pakistani, and his wife makes some phenomenal. It's
Yeah,
spicy as shit, but
it
it's
is.
so good.
I love
Rips your
different
asshole
foods. Like
apart
I
pretty much.
haven't I like the next like cuisine that I want to explore is African.
Oh, Morocco.
Yeah.
Oh, Moroccan food is
No, we had
Ethiopia
Moroccan
food.
food
Yeah,
in
Moroccan food.
Orlando. It was a small taste of Morocco, but
Yeah, let's talk something about. I
yeah.
mean, it's more commercialized.
Yeah.
Moroccan food is very good. Restaurants from Ethiopia,
Hmm.
you have like the earthiness and the
A lot of
spices.
that's another cuisine that's heavily sauced.
Yeah,
A lot of grain, you eat, I think couscous, right?
yeah,
Couscous
couscous. Yeah,
or quinoa.
couscous. Yeah, quinoa
Couscous?
couscous is
Hmm.
very heavily in the
Yeah.
northern African region and the Middle Eastern region.
So
Yeah,
those are I love trying different foods. Dude, I got Christina. Christina was not big. She thought like when you think Indian food, it was like hot and spicy and like,
no, no, it's not.
dude,
That's a small
she
percentage.
loves Indian food now. She loves Indian food
Dude,
now.
like you and me used to go to the Indian restaurant
The one
all
that
the
was there
time.
one day and gone the
Yeah,
next.
yes. Dude, and we was craving hard. We walked around the block a
We
couple
had
of times. We
we,
said this
dude,
is
we were both craving some that cilantro
with
rice
chicken.
with
Oh my
chicken
god. Like,
so
oh,
hard
with the numb?
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna try and make that shit this weekend. I'm gonna just take some fucking cilantro. I'm gonna blend it with some lime or
Dude,
whatever and
it's
just
butter.
splash it on a
Yeah, I
shitload of
have no
rice and
idea.
get it going.
Oh, dude. Something about it, bro.
Dude,
Like,
Joe, you don't know.
No, I
Vic and I,
remember you guys used to go to some spot.
yeah.
Some
dude,
Dude,
we went to this
we was
Indian
but
crying.
spot.
also Matt was into that Indian food
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, we went one day, we ate there, and then we were like, all right, fuck it. Oh,
Let's go again.
literally a week later, because
It's
they
gone.
only made the cilantro rice that we wanted
Fridays or
on a
Tuesdays.
Friday or
Yeah,
some weird ass
the
day,
day, yeah.
and we were like, all right, fuck it, they got it today, and we were like, oh, let's go, and we went, and the place was closed.
Gone.
Gone.
Kitchen,
The
oven, all
kitchen,
gone.
All
everything
boarded
was
up and
fucked. The place
everything.
Dude,
was like white,
we
cleaned
was
out.
like crying. We are like,
Like these
where
motherfuckers
the
like moved
And I
out
know
like
what happened.
overnight.
Probably Stickies went there.
No.
no.
He's what was that on? Was that
What?
Fifth or Lex?
And dude,
It's
I
on
ate
Lex,
there
I
at
think.
least once a week for lunch. I get there, I had the little spices, I had my roti or my naan. I mean, their version of roti, their
Yeah,
version than West Indian roti.
so good. The food
Oh,
was good, man. I was disappointed. I was like, fuck, I want to eat there again because I only got to eat there once.
That's the
you,
one thing I do miss about working in the city is that you could try all these food places on
oh,
the
Within
lunch
like a
break.
dude,
5 block radius.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
The one
best
thing I do miss.
chicken tortilla soup was from an Irish pub.
From a fucking Irish pub.
Yeah, well,
The
I mean,
best.
Perfect Pint had the best quesadillas that I've had.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
Best
Dude,
yes,
those
quesadillas.
yes.
quesadillas were huge
I know,
too,
and they
dude.
were
Oh my
delicious.
gosh.
Holy fuck,
Dude, you
dude.
got me craving right
You
now,
couldn't
dude.
finish those quesadillas in
No,
one
dude.
sitting.
No.
You'd end up having
I
to take
remember I
half that
love
shit
those.
home.
We used to take an hour and a half lunch and it was 2 hours trying to finish that shit. And then somehow there was a door. It was like beaming light. I'm like, that's a portal to Ireland. remember, remember the waitress? She was cute, little tiny little redhead.
I miss those days.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, the perfect pint was the quesadillas.
Yeah, quesadillas by
The
far.
overlook was the chicken tortilla soup.
Well, the
That it
perfect
was.
pint had the that awesome shepherd's pie too.
Oh yeah, I could eat
Yeah, I
that.
like shepherd's pie.
Oh,
I,
dude,
I
that
never had
shepherd's
it there,
Oh,
pie, that
but
you know what's
shepherd's
also
pie was
good there, dude?
phenomenal.
Their chicken cutlet and mash was really
Was
good too.
it?
Yeah, because
You
when
remember?
you
You
get
know what I like that? What was it? Oh, what the fuck was it called? The beer house, the Half Brown Beer House.
mm,
hmm.
They
around
had a
corner.
they had the chicken hendel, which was like it was like a whole fucking chicken,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like cooked and like marinated in like their in-house like Jägermeister sauce.
You're
Dude, it
nice.
was
Like they made
phenomenal.
their own Jaegers, like they made a sauce out of Jägermeister, and it was fucking awesome.
We go there maybe like once a
Oh,
month, but then go there religiously with the World Cup. It
the
was
World Cup.
easy a $200 bill
Mm-hmm.
and a 2 hour and a half lunch.
A
We
two
had the
hour,
lunch
yeah,
tables, and it was a cool little setup.
yeah.
Yeah,
And the place was rowdy as fuck too.
dude, it's
The
always
worst was going up the flight of stairs. I hated that
dude.
flight of
Oh,
stairs.
dude,
Going
I
that
went up
flight.
those flight of stairs after my fucking knee surgery. You
Yeah,
guys had to
yeah,
carry
yeah,
me down
yeah,
the
yeah,
up and down the
yeah.
fucking stairs
I remember like it's a little
and my
wheelchair.
wheelchair.
I remember like Wagner's like, all right, cool, I can't go here, go here, and then he finally could like walk a little bit. It was like walking like this.
Two
So it's like
step.
the two step. It's like, all right, I got you. So he's holding on me, and we holding the railing, and like going up one by one. Like we're gonna fucking eat and drink,
It
motherfucker.
looked like, dude,
No,
we had just gotten there and we already looked like we were drunk as
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the thing is like going down, me and him realized like, how the fuck we gonna go back down?
Oh, I don't know how
I
you
think,
get also being drunk as hell, like walking down those steps.
Dude, because
dude, it's a steep ass fucking
Yeah,
it's
flight of
steep.
staircase.
So
long.
obviously the boot is it's 2 liters. But we didn't order. I mean, we did order boot a couple of times, and we stopped that
Oh,
quick.
we regretted that shit.
We regretted it. But we still ordered the 1 liter couple of times
With food.
with food,
With food.
and then we go down like, oh fuck, I
And
go
we still
down
had to
here,
finish out the day
and then I have to figure out how to get into the office while Dan's not
without,
looking at me. With
yeah,
Darren's looking at
Yeah.
me.
not looking like
He's like, "What you doing?"
complete lushes.
I brought my tablet. I was funding deals. Like, all right, cool, 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 cool. Fund it, fund it, fund it. Oh my gosh. Oh man, it's crazy the way what we had done things, whatever. But yeah, man, I think the when I went to Germany, I experienced the difference of the flavor and the fullness of American food versus the food that you get in Europe, like the pasta. Oh my
Spatza.
gosh, I never had
You don't get bloated off of it.
No, you don't.
perfect ravioli,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
cheese ravioli and
I
the
make my own
sauce.
pasta. I make pasta at home. I don't,
Yeah,
we don't
I'm
eat
not
pasta out of the
that
box.
gifted. I'm good with the grill. I'm good with the smoking and the fish, but anything
I like
beyond that,
homemade
that's not
pasta.
my cup of tea.
Yeah, I think
Well,
homemade pasta is so much better. It's so light. You can
Yeah.
eat more of it. You know, like it's so much better. I enjoy it.
yeah,
Chris has been
I
asking
love
me to
eating
make.
pasta too.
Chris
I
wants
try to
Chris
have it
wants me
once
to
a
make.
week. Easy.
Yeah,
I love, yeah.
yeah.
Chris wants me
Be
to
a good
make
red
pasta
sauce.
this weekend. I'm like, oh, I don't want to.
Wagner,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I saw your video with the shrimp.
Oh yeah.
The trick is less than a minute, boil it with the seasoning you like, and then you put it in the fan fry. It's better. Trust me, try it out and let me know.
What do you mean?
So you pan fry your shrimp,
Mm-hmm.
right? I never pan fry my shrimp right off bat. I always boil it. I the water get it
Mm-hmm.
boiled up. Put butter. I put my either my all season, whatever season that you prefer.
Yeah.
It's allspice or whatever it is. I put it in there, Old Bay or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mix my
Yeah,
own
yeah.
rub, my own spices. I put it in there, and I just boil it just like for 40 seconds, maybe a minute. I take it out, I dry it, I cool it down, rinse it out, whatever it is, make it cool. Then I pan fry it, and then
I mean, what did I do? I salted. I do a quick fry, 1 minute on each side, and then I finished it in within the sauce.
and the sauce. I'm saying if you do it like that, or just take it and put it into the sauce, then it's much.
Yeah.
It's more velvety.
My dish came out great.
Yeah,
It
no,
looked
that looked
great.
good.
It looked
Yeah, that
fun.
looked
It
really
looked
I
good.
hate
great.
I hate how I need more work with presentation and making my dishes look prettier.
No, as I'm saying, like I saw you like pan fry, which is okay, which is good. The thing is, sometimes you get pieces that is hard and rubbery.
Hmm.
If you want like the softness, whatever it is, boil straight into sauce. Boil, fry and prime real quick. If you put sauce over it, but if you want the sauce cooking it, just do that quick shock, release, cold, back in. That's
Yeah.
that's my method.
I do it quick, throw it in, flip it on so this way you get color on both sides, and then I finish
Gotcha.
it in the sauce.
Yeah.
It really didn't spend much time like on the
No, shrimp
fry.
is quick. Yeah,
Shrimp
shrimp
is
is quick.
it was like a minute on each side, and then I finished it in the sauce. I pulled
Well,
it off, and then I finished it in the sauce. The scallops are different because I wanted them seared.
yeah, you have to be seared. But that's a little more seared though. 1 minute less would have
Yeah,
been
man.
would have been
Burnt that
perfect.
crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when do you come up? And when you have time, obviously not the wedding, but I will make your bacalao that you like.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Might have
make
to
them come
play a
up,
set.
let alone.
I
Dude,
might have to
like
plan a
Wagner
separate
was the
trip
only
just for
person.
that, dude.
He took a bite, he
It was
dropped
so
it,
good.
he hugged me really tight.
Oh, it just said home. It was just home. Such a homey, comforting feeling about that meal, dude. It was
Dude,
so
you,
good.
me, and Juan ate that shit up. And
So
mind you,
good.
I cooked that shit like
The day
obviously it took me
before.
3 days of prep. Like it was 3 days of
Damn.
washing the salt off,
Washing the
1 day
fish
of
because the sauce.
marinating,
Yeah.
and then that morning I got up super early and I cooked it that morning. The yuca and everything. And I packed it up
Oh,
and went to the office.
oh,
That
so good.
morning. I was done cooking around like 7:30.
No shit.
Left the home like 7:45. I showered to the office like got lunch, guys. I love cooking.
Yeah,
All
for me,
right.
like it's my fucking it's my release. It's
It
just
is.
relax,
Yeah,
Like
chill.
even
everyone has a
this.
different release.
Yeah,
Like even
man.
this. Like all right, we don't do this as often what once we used to. I mean, because
We're just busy.
We're fucking
busy.
swamped right
Yeah.
now.
But like sometimes you gotta have a good release and like go and talk and bullshit. Like people go and listen to like what the fuck is going on, but they understand. We don't have like let's make this funny, whatever it is. It's just
It's just
guys talking,
three
drinking.
bros talking shit,
Yep.
catching up,
Yep.
shooting the shit.
Um. So let's wrap this up a little bit. Any final thoughts?
Joe, you lay any bets this week?
No, he
Well,
lost.
besides the national championship on Monday, which I hit, of course, Florida -1.
Hmm.
My Super Bowl is coming up on Thursday. It's the Masters. I love watching the Masters. Masters
Golf?
on Sunday. Yeah, golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I don't really bet on golf, but Sunday I'll
It's
be glued
hard.
to the TV all day. I love watching the Masters.
Remember, it's Palm Sunday.
No,
But
I know. I'm actually going up to my in-laws, just spending time all Friday night, and I don't think we're staying Saturday night, but yeah.
Palm Sunday. I have Palm Sunday every weekend here in Florida.
that being said,
It's
Yeah,
Florida.
for
I got a
next week is
palm right
Holy
out. I
Week
got a
too.
palm out right out here.
next week is Holy Week.
Yep, and I'll be golfing twice next week.
Semana Santa.
I'll be golfing on Good Friday, just like Jesus gave me the gift to do so. So,
Are you you're not going to church on Good Friday?
no, I won't go to church on Good Friday.
What the
There's
hell?
there's a thing to
You
go to
are the
church on Good Friday.
worst
I'll be out on the golf course.
Catholic
And then the
ever.
following day, my wife has a bridal
You
shower. I'll
are
be
the
out on the golf
worst
course.
Catholic ever. You're the
I think
Catholic that
we might.
married an agnostic that don't go to church on Good Friday.
Nah, I've never been to church on Good Friday.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to church on Friday.
Well, you
No,
could come to my church. I have a service at 7 o'clock.
I might be
I
golfing.
remember. I remember Good Friday in at my church when I was a kid. They used to do the
Wow, I didn't think it was a thing. Wow.
they used to do a
What kind of fucked up Catholic are you?
I know that's like the number one day you don't have meat. Like Good Friday is the number
Oh
one
my
day.
gosh. Oh my.
I'm gonna have the biggest burger that fucking day. You know what? I'm gonna fucking broadcast that shit.
First of all,
I'm gonna have
I don't
another
care
two
about
and a half
meats on
inch
Good
fucking
Friday.
ribeye. Another 2.5 inch New York.
Well, I have service on Good Friday at 7 o'clock. You guys are welcome to join online or in
Are you
person.
gonna stream it?
Yeah, it's always streamed.
Oh no shit. I don't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
always
know that
streamed.
either.
No, I remember so like my memories of Good Friday when I was a kid, my church used to do they used to
S-
walk the stations of the cross in the
Yes,
neighborhood.
we do that as well. I
Do you?
can't walk because of my ankles, so I'm actually there prepping the whole service, the
Mm.
candles, the incense, or whatever. I do that, and
Yes,
then
it was
I
always
host the
like
whole service. Yeah.
it was always it was always more so like the Spanish mass, because Spanish mass was only on Sundays,
Mm.
and it was always the Spanish mass
It's always longer.
that orchestrated
Always.
the Stations of the Cross presentation, and
Yeah.
coincidentally, Jesus was always played by somebody who was named Jesus.
That's great.
I never understood it. It was just always
There's always a Jesus in the neighborhood.
Oh,
30
yeah.
fucking years, 30 fucking years. There's
That's
always
great.
a Jesus in the congregation that decides that he's gonna play Jesus in the walking of the Stations of the Cross
Yeah.
in the
That's great.
neighborhood.
Yeah, so my church, we do the walking around the neighborhood with the
Yeah.
cross, and then we take turns. I can't do it because I my my ankles. I've been born with messed up ankles.
Yeah.
But I go there, I prep, I host it, the service, and then we have a whole liturgy. Not much preaching. It's just a liturgy and the last words and some readings, and then towards the end of the service, everyone writes down, not their sins, but what's in their heart
Mm.
in words or just a word or whatever it is. They
And you
fold
read
it
them
up
out
and
loud to
tight.
the
No, no,
congregation.
no, no, no. You don't. You take it.
Mary says she wants to bang her neighbor's husband.
No, 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 no. So you actually take it. You walk up to the altar. The cross at this point is on the floor, and you nail your burden on the cross, meaning they're nailing your burden on Christ as He absorbing and taking all your frustration,
I
all
guess that's
your
better than
anxiety.
burning it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I do as well. See, like
Burning of a
I'm
cross has a different meaning in some cultures.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and then after that, towards the end of the service, we lift the cross up with all these
Yeah.
notes there, stuff like that. Like I'm more traditional. I would take Palm Sunday. So next year's
Palm
Palm,
Sunday is always the long
yeah.
mass.
So Palm Sunday, like the Palm, so that's the so next year's.
Gets burned.
Well,
So
yeah,
so
you're
Don't
supposed
next
to
burn the
burn
year,
them.
ashes.
You're
so
supposed
They
to
burn
burn
them for
them.
so
next year.
so
Yeah.
so next year, I will take those dry palms and I burn it and make the ashes. So the Ash
Yeah.
Wednesday, I go
Yeah.
put it in the
Oh,
forehead.
okay.
That's
The
what I do.
I
leftover
just
palm
burn
from the
it.
previous year gets burned, and that's the ash that's used at
No,
mass.
yeah, I'll make the ashes out of that.
Yeah.
I mean
I
that's
just throw it in
traditionally
the
I
fire
do it.
pit and that's it.
No. All right, so all right, let me teach you a little
That's
tradition.
some ghetto ass palm.
So let me
I just
explain to
all I
you.
know is
hustling.
like once you get the new
Let
palm,
me explain
you
to you
Yo,
can't
the
I'll
throw it
whole.
send
out, you
you.
burn
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
I'll send
let
you
me explain.
some dried palms that come
Oh
off
Lord.
my tree, and you could burn them and tell people
Oh,
that,
that's fine.
and just
Um,
sell it all year round.
no, I don't sell it. So let me
Make a
explain.
profit off of palms.
Let me explain to you the whole
It's always about the
ashes.
hustle. It's always
Let
about the
me-
hustle.
So let me explain the whole ashes. So back in the before Christ times in the Jewish traditions, so in the time of repentance, they will wear this white cloth, whatever it is, sackcloth, whatever it is. They would take ashes and toss in the air and have them fall on them, so they can represent like I am dust. I don't, well, I am not worthy.
Right.
So we took in that whole tradition into Ash Wednesday. Wednesday, say it's less of us, more of Christ. We're not worthy. We was created in dust and breathe life through dust. So that's the whole the whole tradition of the Ash Wednesday is less of us, more of Christ, and then bring that to the whole Lenten season. And then for Good Friday is the Great Exchange. That's what we call that Christ absorbed all our sins, all our burdens, all our flaws, and then He gives us His righteousness for us at no cost. All cost is on Him. So that's a tradition on Good Friday, and then Saturday is Silent Saturday. We believe that that is the great exchange when Christ overcomes death, and then Sunday is the resurrection.
Right.
The whole promises of the promise that he has given his people, all that believe, say, I'm all for you. You don't have to earn my righteousness. You don't have to earn my love. All is given for you freely. So that's, Holy Week is extremely, for me, is the best week. Like Good Friday for me in Easter is more
More than
important, more
Christmas.
than Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
More
Of
than
course.
Christmas. And as for me, I mean, it's
I've heard that before, that it's more, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's more holier than the
yeah, it's
Christmas
more
time.
holier. I mean, you can put a day's holy, not holy. It more symbolizes the brokenness, but the awareness how broken you are doesn't
Yeah.
matter because there's a false doctrine out there that you have to be a certain way, sound a certain way, look a certain way. That's all bullshit.
Mm.
You know, God don't care how you sound, how you look, and what you present. He just cares for you. That's it. And then just the just the brokenness of the preaching and the teaching out there with these churches is so flawed and harmful, which is disgracing. You know, you don't have to earn God's love. You don't have to be dedicated and choose God. You can't we cannot choose God. God chosen us. We just have to really receive what he's given us, and then we think that we have to give him something. No, he don't want you to give you anything. His promises that he gave to Abraham when he knocked him out in the cold and did a covenant, he says, I know for a fact that my people is going to fail. I'm going to walk through this covenant and I will take the burden and I will die for it and bitter for it, and that's it. And then these people nowadays are presenting in a way that that you have to earn it. You don't have to earn his love. He's given to you. He say, "I'm here. I know you fucked up. I know you messed up, or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna love you, and you're mine." And that's it. You don't have to be perfect, and the whole misconception of being perfect to be in His grace is so flawed. He don't care for that. And the message of that being crossed has been so muddled and so distorted and so wronged. That's what damaging a lot of people because they think they have to put a gold star on a calendar saying that if I don't put a gold star here, God is not going to acknowledge me. And that's so wrong. He acknowledged you. Even when you're upset and you're like, damn you, God, damn this day, he's hearing you. He's like, you know what? You daring me? Guess what? You praying towards me. A lot of people don't realize that prayer is a conversation that you're having towards him. And that's what he wants. He wants that
Mm.
freeness from you to really talk to him the way you are. The misconception is that you think that you have to come to him being perfect. That's completely wrong. And that's why, for me, Holy Week is really important. That really highlights the brokenness that we are, and we go to Him and experience, what it means to be loved and cherished and sacrificed for.
Right.
Sorry for my
You put Wagner to sleep over there.
Lutheran, but
No,
right,
that's good.
he gets it,
I know.
and I I
I get it. I get it to an
I
extent.
understand that
I get it
he's hurt by
to an
it.
extent, and you know what? For you know being a podcast that is revolved around the guy experience, where
But
the
this part of the
rooms
whole guy experience.
are
Yeah, it
not,
is.
so we don't talk religion and stuff like that on this podcast, but we are about, since Victor decided that he was going to talk religion, I'm about to talk money. We're gonna
Oh,
talk stocks and shit.
oh, jeez.
Let's talk politics,
All right.
motherfuckers.
All
No.
right. It's almost 12 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah. Shit.
I'm sorry. I just want to share, and I get it.
No. I'm giving you shit. No, I get it. I mean, it's no secret. I have my opinions on the
Religion in
concept of
itself,
religion.
but
To the viewer and the listener, I don't dislike religion. I am a person of faith. I just don't have faith
you are
in.
exotic. You are exotic.
I'm an androgynous.
You are. Oh, I can't think of the word right now. My brain's fried. Um. Oh,
I,
Jesus.
I am a person of faith. I have faith in a higher power and the concept of being a good person
Agnostic.
and
There you go.
being rewarded for being a good person.
Not even a word.
I just have lost faith in the people behind the message.
I get you, and I'm with you with that. And you know me,
Um,
I'm never, ever, ever gonna drag you and make you feel
no, I know that.
less.
I
So,
know,
I mean, look,
and that's why we work.
we work
You know,
with. I mean, look.
this is why we work. We
You
got
have a Lutheran.
three different opinions from three brothers. You
Yep,
know,
Yeah,
exactly.
look. You have a Lutheran, a Gnostic, and a Catholic who are good friends and
Yep.
brothers who just work in life out of what it is. This is life. Life is not pretty. Life is messy, and it's okay. But at the end of the day, we do have disagreement. Like me and Wagner do have disagreements, and we yell at each other. But we know that at the end of the day, I
I
call him up
think
and I say I love him, and he loves me, and
I
then we
think
go hang out,
if
have a beer, we good.
Yeah.
I think if Victor and I were to have some of these discussions in an actual bar setting, we'd probably like come to blows.
Oh hell yeah, most likely. I probably get few
We'd be kicked
bruises,
out of
but
every
I
fucking
will
bar.
kick the balls out of you, bro. Cause
We'd be kicked out of every fucking bar.
every fucking bar, and then we get kicked out and get arrested, and then we look at each other like, "You hungry? Yeah, I'm
Fucking Vic, let's
hungry.
go get some
Let's get
food.
some
Let's
food."
get some White Castle, motherfucker.
White Castle.
You know
Oh
what?
man.
Castle. I love you guys. I really do. Look.
Love you guys.
My final thought is, whatever the disagreement you have in life, look at the humanity in life. We talked about our progressive of life, how we appreciate drinks and our last meal and our last drink.
Hey,
You
look,
know,
it all comes into like thinking about Holy Week. Last
yeah,
meal, last
yeah,
drink.
Full
yeah.
circle.
Yep.
And the thing about Holy Week, for me, it was wine because of the last meal, right? And that's why I cherish it. You know, at the end of the day, we all human. We're all not perfect, and we just appreciate being around people that understands that. And it's okay to have disagreements, but also appreciate and acknowledge and also respect that. But it's important to oversee that and really say, you know what? I'm gonna have a drink with you because I love you. And it's okay to use that word love. And there's a lot of people out there are afraid to use that word love, and I get it. But to really love somebody is someone that you're willing to put your life in front of their lives to make sure they're okay. And these guys, I love, and I'll put my life in front of their lives to make sure that they are okay, and they are my brothers. I love you guys.
Love you,
Amen.
motherfuckers.
Love you too.
Love you too, guys.
All
Until the
right.
next show.
Join us next week where we'll be finger blasting each other.
Next week's Holy Week. I gotta be more
Oh,
holier.
Now, with that said, Guys, check us out. Hold on, I'll tell you exactly where the fuck to check us out. It's been a while
No,
since
no,
we put
because
this out
Wagner don't
there.
post shit on freaking TikTok,
Hold the fuck
Instagram, and
on.
X.
Where are we? Where's the gimmick at? Hold on. I'm getting there.
Where's the QR code too?
Where's the QR
Wait,
code?
wait, wait,
Preview.
wait.
All right.
Wagner's.
Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok, X. We're on Threads, YouTube. Check out our linked our
We're
not
in
our link.
Threads.
Yeah, we're on Threads.
Oh shit! I didn't know
Check
about
out
that.
our link tree on our shit. The online store. We're also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Podcastle. Click a link. Victor will put the link in the link below or
Yes, I will.
whatever. However, I'm a
Like
little
and
fucked up.
subscribe.
I hate
Like and subscribe, and
the monkey is playing some tricks on me.
so Wagner is gonna create a new shirt with a monkey.
I
and
can't.
chin
No,
logo.
I can't pick. I can't create a new shirt because Instagram took away that function, and I don't know how the fuck to do it anywhere else. So you're gonna have to buy the originals.
Buy the original shit that's on there right now. Support us,
It's
whatever it
just
is.
as
If
good.
not, I'm
The
supporting
OGs.
Look, if you're a fan of us, great. Share, like,
Thank you.
subscribe,
And
let people
comment
We
below.
appreciate
That's
all
all.
three of you.
And yeah, 12 of us that I subscribed on
12.
YouTube. But that's pretty much it. Wagner loves big hairy toes. He likes to suck it.
No. Fat toes.
Fat toes.
I like a fat cooch too.
Oh.
That got in? No.
No,
It's still in there.
it's still in there. I'm not gonna edit that out.
And
It is what it is. All right. Love you guys.
out.
We out. Peace.
Love you. Peace.